doing their homework.
Yeah. So with that, let's go ahead and jump straight into the next game. We have Team Liquid versus Tempo Storm. This one should be fun. I mean, obviously, you have two guys who definitely root for Tempo Storm most of the time. I'm going to try to remain objective. Reynan will probably do no such thing, or at least promise no such thing. So I guess I have to be a Team Liquid boy today.
I'm a complete professional, Dan. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's right. Oops, sorry. Kind of hit my headset over there. So, as always, for people who have not watched Trinity Series, we have 9 classes that are brought, and 2 decks will be banned on both sides, or 2 classes. And then you'll self-ban 1. So far in Week 3, we've been seeing very similar strategies across the board. We had one team ban Rogue instead of Druid. But for the most part, it seems like Druid Priests are the common bans. And with this ban being made, we will see no Priests in Week 3, and I'm curious if there's anything beyond that.
Did you guys intentionally make this like a bingo board, just Priest in the middle every time?
No, this is actually how it's laid out alphabetically. And I think that is how the class list is. Like, if you go to do you remember like the basic decks page?
Yeah.
Where you can choose. I think this is the layout of it as well.
Or when you like create a deck and you have to select one.
Whoa, this is weird. Neither team is bringing Mage.
Oh man.
Does that hurt you a little bit inside right now?
I was a little worried when I looked over at Tempo and saw we're playing Hunter, but Liquid's returning the favor, so I think we're in it.
Yeah, well, it's funny that both teams decided to do that, and you know, something that we didn't really mention too is that teams do scout each other pretty extensively over the weeks. They review previous matches. They kind of study how they do their lineups, and then they start doing like the appropriate grids. And with that, we have Hunter into the mix. We have Fino going to be taking on the role of responsibility of the Dark Knight himself. Although I do know that Fino's, at least at one point, was a big fan of Hunter's, calling it a pretty good deck in the middle of Nice Fist Throws and Throne. Not sure what his opinion is now. Dog will be on Shaman and Warrior. Show will be Warlock and Paladin. We did get notification that Dog is still in the middle of travels and will be online by a couple hours. I think he's actually traveling to TwitchCon as we speak.
Oh, cool.
So he's like landing in like 30 minutes, supposedly.
Yeah, it's tough, man. The professional Hearthstone scene just has so many third-party events, so much travel involved that wrangling so many people together for an event every single week does make it tough sometimes. But
Trump, for example, is on Warrior Paladin, but Trump will not be joining us this week because he is traveling right now. Also, he's on a plane. Eloise landed last night. She's going to be on Hunter and Rogue, and Saiyan will be on Shaman and Warlock.
Yep, big weekend coming up. A lot of people flying, and kind of surprising to not see. Was Eloise on Warlock? I think Saiyan was on Warlock, right?
I do think Saiyan was on Warlock, yes.
If there's one class I would say she's known for, I would say it is Warlocks. It's kind of interesting to see the class distribution. I think the interesting thing about the Tempo players is that all of them pretty much play every class. Like, there isn't anything you would say, like, okay, this is like their deck, right? Like, for a player like Mr. Yagi, you're like, okay, this is the rogue guy, right?
Yeah.
But for Tempo, it kind of bounced around between all classes, whatever's good right now, and Hunter, apparently. So we'll see how that pans out.
Well, let me think. I guess Trump does play a lot of stuff. He was known for, like, his love for, like, the mid-range Paladin and Warlock. Eloise known for the Warlock. Dog was known for a long time being a rogue guy and a druid guy.
Mm-hmm.
Show is known as a warrior dude.
Definitely, yeah.
And then, but Show's been playing like priest on his stream exclusively, it feels like. And then Fino is also more of like a rogue kind of player. So it's all over the board, which is definitely what you want to be seeing. And with Saiyan appearing, it looks like they might be starting off maybe with the rogue or perhaps the warrior there, and seeing what ends up coming out on Tempo Storm side. Did you get any insight? Like, how much are you able to talk to the team about their lineups or how they approach Trinity Series as a whole?
I try not to micromanage too much. Like, there's a reason, we signed the players we did. These guys are excellent at the game, and I'm not going to step in and tell them like what to bring and how to play it, unless they lose this set, in which case I will be micromanaging them quite a bit after this point.
Because then they'll be 0-3.
Something's got to change. Yeah.
Tempo Storm is the only team right now in Trinity Series without a win.
But we haven't played the third set, so it's not really like a fair assessment, right? Every other team has played 3. So.
Yes. Yeah. They have not gotten a single win yet. And it feels like a lot of it feels like they have the pieces. They actually have a lot of winnable games and winnable series. However, they do disagree a lot, which is interesting. And then they end up putting it to a vote, and it usually goes majority goes. And this is something that Admirable was pointing out, that it feels like a lot of time the minority decision is often the right one. So it's like Saiyan would make a call, and then Eloise and Trump would vote against it. Or Eloise would make a call, and Saiyan and Trump vote against her, and then it just ends up being that the 2-for-1 ends up being the wrong call.
Frodan, not a big believer in democracy.
Yes, that is exactly what I said. I believe in dictatorship, tyranny. You know, all around, I'm just an authoritarian.
Yeah. I can see that. We got a lot of AoE in the hand of Tempestorm. Double Hellfire list coming out. I mean, they queued it into the right matchup, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is very much like what Saiyan would like to do. If there's anything that I know about Saiyan, is that he likes to predict what people like to open. That is something that he talks about all the time. And he's often very right about it.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, we've seen pretty much every opener except for, I think, one Control Warlock yesterday where players are opening on these, Firefly, just tempo-y mid-range decks. And, I mean, if you know that you're almost certainly going to queue into that, Control Warlock's pretty safe bet.
Yeah, it's so funny because Control Warlock is a deck we use as an example that you don't want to queue in the first one because of how it can be a deck that has polarizing matchups. But that Tempestorm took a risk. And so now Saiyan gets an opportunity to do exactly that. And, I wonder if this is the hand they're looking for, though. Double Defile, Double Hellfire. There are ways for Rogue to kind of hedge against those cards and still put on a significant amount of pressure.
Solid Firefly pickup. If you're ever going to draw the second copy of that card, now is the turn. It's going to allow Team Liquid to curve out with more animals, unless they would still rather just hero power. Both plays are fine. I would expect them to see. I would expect to see them develop more guys, though. This Defile is going to require a little bit more work to set up. The nice thing is, in the Rogue matchup, Tempestorm can expect them to play, a lot of 1-health minions at some point. So as soon as there's a Swashbuckler on the board, the chain's pretty much good to go. You don't have to do too much work as the Warlock.
That is true. My takeaway from your statement is that there are a lot of animals in Rogue. It's actually quite zoo-y.
Yeah.
Even more zoo than Zoo Warlock, because demons aren't animals.
Not that many demons. Dire wolves.
There's a lot of
wolves
demons
and stuff
in the Zoo Warlock.
I guess.
Yeah.
Harvest Golem.
Blowing my mind a little bit.
Let's listen in to Tempo and see what they're thinking.
Warrior lost to the Shaman, like the DK hero. We probably just tap here, right?
Yeah, we'll coin like Hellfire.
Yeah. Like turn 3, there's only Asai and the 2/3. Really nothing else.
Yeah, agree.
But they hard mode, so it's like super unlikely, right? It's kind of unlikely at least.
What do you mean? What's unlikely?
That they have Hellfire, right?
I mean, no, actually they could easily have it, but they could also have like something like Coil Defile. And that's also kind of bad for us. So I'm thinking maybe we can even just go like Dagger, go face here and not play the captain. I think they will most likely have the clear, right?
But I feel like this matchup is bad. Don't you think we should take risks? Make them have it.
Yeah, but the thing is that if we play captain now, then we'll have no play for next turn. Well, we can just still play Flame Elemental, or we can even just.
Yeah, but on the other hand, they just play Tark Reaper here, right? And then we get tucked if we don't do anything. It's up to you. It's like close.
I think I like chilling more.
Alright.
I don't know about the Elemental, but it seems fine. I mean, this is an awkward board to play AoE into, right?
Yeah, that's true.
By next turn, I guess. Do you feel like there is a 3 drop? I don't want to see a 3-drop. If there's 3-drop and cold blood, that's something to worry about. Otherwise, there's not really like very strong 4 mana play, right? Except like Barnes.
Yeah, so you're thinking we go like tap Voidwalker, or I like Voidwalker a lot more because it might force them to leave something at 1, so we have Defile potential.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, let's just tap 1-drop, I guess.
I mean, we really want to clear this turn, and then we set up for
Yeah,
Coin Siphon Soul on Scalebane.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. I think.
Well, as the Talking Ear has said, the Voidwalker will soften up the board filled Defile, and you know, you talk about Warlock and has a lot of great removal, and you're looking at pretty much all the removal tools. They got strong AoE, great resets with Defile, and even single target removal in Siphon Soul, and that's pretty much all you really need to know about how Warlock handles this matchup.
Yeah, one interesting thing to point out here is that, like, Fino was right in saying that, you know, the Warlock is almost certainly going to have the AoE, and he chose to hold off a turn on South Sea Captain because of that. But because he waited, Tempo Storm didn't have to play the AoE. So now that they're playing it a turn later, they were never forced to use the coin. And because they weren't forced to use the coin, they're going to be able to Siphon Soul to Scalebane on time, which is something that if you can prevent as the Rogue, just crushes the Warlock.
Right.
But now, by not forcing the Hellfire out, you know, Tempo Storm is still just going to clear the board. They're just going to do it a turn later, take some more damage, and Scalebane's dealt with. And all of a sudden, that unanswerable threat from Liquid is just not going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, I think the best way to kind of talk about it is what is your power spike turn, and a lot of times turn 5 is a big turning point for Rogue, because Rogue doesn't do anything on turn 4 usually. And then turn 5, you're able to have Scalebane. So I can understand why Fino says, like, well, we don't really do much on average on turn 4. We want to have the South Sea Captain. But then you also open up a world of possibilities with the Warlock now that they have 5 mana above, because they start hitting some powerful turns themselves, especially with the coin. So it's interesting that both teams are okay. Well, Warlock's certainly okay passing a turn because they get stronger every turn. But Team Liquid was willing to give that turn themselves.
Yeah, I definitely think the way the game's played out, it would have been better for Liquid to South Sea on turn 3, even into the AoE, because you just want to force it. But Tempo Storm is going to opt for the Hellfire rather than the Defile. It's the more mana-efficient play, but they do take some damage, and more importantly, they can't develop the Mistress and Mixtures in the same turn. So let's listen into Team Liquid and see how they're going to play the game out from this point.
I like Scalebane. I like, even if they coin Siphon, it's fine, right?
We don't hit, right? With a dagger. Actually, maybe we do. Because if they... Like, I think the damage might actually be relevant.
Yeah, and we don't always go Deckhand Whitespine, right? We might go Deckhand, Edwin, and Redagger next turn.
Yeah.
So I like hit.
Yeah, me too. So what others? What else would be good for them now? Shadow Bolt. Let me see if they played it last. No, they didn't play it.
They don't have a strong play next turn. They're getting Redagger next turn, right?
Maybe. Let's just Siphon here, since we already point on our coin, yeah.
Job's done.
That's Deckhand, Edwin, right?
Yeah, I guess we'll kind of give up on the Valspining, but I don't think we're gonna need to Valspine something anytime soon, right?
Yeah.
So we just
we
do
want
this.
the Bone Mare follow-up. Yeah.
Is there any way to clear like Hellfire?
Hellfire Coil, but I doubt they will do that, right?
Yeah.
And we still have initiative after that.
Okay, so yeah, we really need to do the clear here, I guess. I mean, even if we don't, they probably don't develop anything, so we can just go Bone Mare, right?
Yeah, that's true. Naked Bone Mare.
So what do you
Well,
think about like Tainted Defile and then
yeah, that's the only way we can full clear.
and then we play Mistress and Voidwalker? And then we can play like Dreadlord second Defile to contest stuff next turn.
Yeah, I like to set up a little bit minions because we have Abyssal next turn too.
Yeah, so we agree 2-2,
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Only a fool rejects the Lich King.
Good clear.
Yeah.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Hmm.
I think Naga, right? Or do you like Bone Mirror more? It's not. We can't combo Naga with Body Spine next turn anyway.
Yeah.
But if
maybe
we go, if we go Naga first, we hit first with one dagger and then re-dagger Naga, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it's likely. What do they do next turn? They can like play either the 5 mana demon or the 7 mana demon. Against
It's
the
5
5
mana,
mana demon, yeah, Bone Mirror is better.
I guess.
How many wonders do we have? I think I'll go Naga. I'm just like trying to save.
So many options.
This looks fine.
Everything is coming up good for Tempo Storm right now, as it looks like they have the Despicable Dreadlord ready and raring to go.
Yeah, I mean, I really can't understand how important that South Sea turn 3 play was. I mean, the fact that Tempo Storm was able to deal with Scalebane so easily was really what kind of deprived Team Liquid of their main win condition. But yeah, at this point, we're kind of going through the motions. There's still a lot of scary cards that Tempo Storm's going to have to consider, because when you recognize that you're this far ahead, you have to be thinking, how do I lose? And at this point, it's all sorts of Leroy shenanigans that they're going to want to be able to play around.
Yeah,
I would expect Tempo to be kind of careful with their life total at this point.
Oh no, 2 pairs, not what you want to be seeing here from Liquid. And they used a lot of their 1-mana minions. They're talking about like, what kind of one drops do we have left? It's like, well, we have Swashbuckler if it's in our deck. We have a 1 Southsea deckhand maybe, but there's not really much that can pair with Bone Mare.
So
And now
many
double Vile Spine, double Bone Mare. What do you even do?
And unfortunately for Liquid, we are playing Hearthstone here, not poker. But this is basically the decision is, do you play Bone Mare on an empty board, or do you wait a turn and hope to kind of win a value game after a while? It's a tough call. There's no right or wrong answer here. I think, both plays kind of suck. That's just kind of the position they're in at this point. But it is important that Rogue, does go for the win. Like, you can't just concede at points like this. You still have Leroy in your deck. You still have Shadow Steps. There's still always a way to cheese the game out. You just have to put yourself in the best position to win with the perfect string of draws, which is what they're trying to do now.
Well, Tempo Storm has easy removal for this as well with second Siphon Soul. They also have other ways to play this turn. Let's go ahead and tune in and see what they're thinking.
Yeah, I want to. It's just do is Blood Mage here. Yeah, I think with Blood Mage because there's nothing like we really want to clear with Defile now, right?
Yeah.
Wait. If we Siphon, we will be 18, right? Is that possible if we tab? Well, it will be 2 hours, like,
We'll be at 16. I think it's about the same.
Okay.
Because Leroy Shadow Step Cold Blood kills us anyway, right? So do you prefer tapping this turn or playing Blood Mage?
I don't know. What do you think? Very
I think I
close.
just want to play the Blood Mage, because I don't think we need it.
Okay. I mean, Blood Mage Coil might be something, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but we also want to soak up the dagger damage when it's 2 attack onto the Blood Mage, I think.
Make a lot of sense.
So this way, like, they just lose they lose out on 2 to 3 damage this way, and we just get to cycle the card.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
There's
we
like
haven't
no.
seen any coil. Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, not just that. Like defile is good if we don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure hit.
You hit first though, so it feels better that you lose a 2-mana weapon instead of a 3.
I just want to focus on getting the Valspine and not playing Valspine first, so...
Okay. Yeah, I played the one we had for a long time. That's good actually.
Maybe they're playing like Twisting or something like that. I have no idea. I think they played... No, they actually didn't play Twisting last week. Planet Odd played Twisting last week.
So they can't Shadow Steps as a Valspine. Maybe they have second Valspine, but they need some cards to combo it.
Yeah, I really like drawing 2. Agreed?
Sure. If they play second Valspine, we can like Abyssal Defile or something. It's not a problem.
Nice. Okay, now we have all the defensive tools, so I think we should win from here if we don't die this turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine. It's bad.
Yeah, I guess we just accept that we'll lose the Gul'dan, right?
Yeah, and we can't beat Gul'dan ever.
Mm-hmm.
Coming down to the last couple turns here for the game, it seems like Templestorm has locked out Team Liquid with just being able to decisively shut down all their threats. It seems like Team Templestorm was only concerned about, like, is there any possible way we die? But with a bunch of taunts, removal, seems like everything's good. And also some pretty interesting information came to the hand too, like they're playing the Twisting Nether build. So it seems like they've got a very big removal-heavy Warlock. And again, one thing to consider is also, like, what is Templestorm trying to accomplish by starting off Warlock? They're okay with maybe Team Liquid counter-queuing with a heavy, deck that can burn them, for example.
Right.
And then they've hopefully got it webbed out from there on what's going to happen based off this opening. So there's a lot of things to consider the implications of this game one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's possible that they have some sort of tech against, like a mage deck, which would usually be the counter to something like this, but I think Team Liquid's not playing mage. So they're in a position where, maybe something like a heavy hunter would counter them, but for the most part, I think this is a solid deck to get out to a lead with. But yeah, they're just going to be going through the motions, closing the game out over the next couple turns, trying not to reveal too many cards. I mean, if you're in Team Liquid's position, even if you don't win the game, it's still important to see as many tech cards as you can. So something like that Twisting Nether, like you mentioned, is pretty important. Knowing if there's 2 Hellfires, very important.
Yeah, it's so funny too because Templestorm hasn't proven that they can win the game yet. So, like, if you're Team Liquid, you still should stay here. Okay, well,
is that good enough for you, Dan?
It's all right. I would say it's above average.
Hearthstone rewards the faithful. Alright, Gul'dan comes down, does his Warlock demon stuff.
I would rate Blood Reaver Gul'dan 1 because Warlock will not see play. Oh my gosh.
Is that good? Mistress of Mixtures doing its best Enchanted Raven impression, beating down the opponent. Team Liquid's not trying to win the game at this point. They are simply trying to get more information to work with for the coming games.
Well, yeah, and they're also not dead, which is the really funny thing.
1960, yeah, and they're not quite dead.
Dirty rats. Oh, interesting.
Dirtiest. Now who got the information?
Yeah.
To be fair, Team Liquid probably got more information here.
Right. Dirty Rat being the Warlock's a lot more revealing. But again, if they intend on killing this Warlock immediately, I don't think Dirty Rat will be a big player in that. In the sense that not knowing Dirty Rat.
Yep. The easiest clear of Tempo Storm's life. Why would we attack here? Oh, for the damage, probably worth it, yeah. Okay. Alright, I respect it. It's more clay.
Gotta win the game somehow. Can't just wait for Team Liquid to leave.
I prefer the waiting for them to leave. You know, it's like, yeah, I mean, you're crushing them from like a morale standpoint, you know? It's a long series, it's important.
It's true. Well, it could be a fast series. Hashtag earcam. Saiyan finally gets notification that we do enjoy his side profile, but we also enjoy his eyebrows, apparently. Wow. Ooh.
There we
Gosh,
go.
it's like the Blair Witch Project Hearthstone edition.
There we go. We're getting some flashes of the Tempo Storm hoodie.
after me.
Well, as soon as Saiyan manages to get into center frame of his webcam with that Tempo Storm hoodie, I do expect
We get it.
viewership to double from the influx of female traffic here on Twitch. But yeah, Tempo Storm out to
So
a
we
1-0
go
lead.
from, what, an extra 10 viewers?
I know, Dan. Don't be a hater. All right.
I mean, just playing the population percentages, that's all.
Hearthstone is actually one of the games that has the highest percentage of female players in esports. I think Dota is like one of the lowest. That was like 15% or something, or 5%.
It doesn't feel exactly like the thing to be the most proud of. I feel like we're still pretty far from the ideal split down the middle, but yeah, it isn't more interesting to note.
Ideal split is 95-5 for me, just the other way.
Oh, well, they're right there.
What's it?
Oh, you mean the other way?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh man, that was a very clever joke. Nice.
Yeah. It's the only jokes I know how to make.
That joke had an Academy hat on it. Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. I approve. As well as, you know what also was clever too? Again, opening Warlock. That's still definitely a very risky choice. One of those moments from Dodgeball. It's a bold strategy. And it did work out for him. How will Team Liquid strike back? They also have, no mage, like you mentioned. And mage is one of those counters. And as much as I like Hunter against Warlock too, such a removal-heavy Warlock with like Mistress of Mixtures, and even Stonehill Defender can come up big because it gains life and helps get more taunts like Tar Lurker, which is hard for Hunter to chew through. You know, I do wonder how favored it actually is compared to the traditional ways we normally see Hunter versus Warlock. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, that's a matchup that's evolved so much as expansions have released, right? There used to be a time when, Warlock, before anti-Keelbot in Golems versus Gnomes, didn't really have big healing. So you'd go up against the Savannah Highmane, you'd have no way of killing it, and you would just eventually get burned out most of the time. But nowadays, Warlock is a lot more interaction. There's a lot of very cheap removal. Cards like Defile is strong against them, and you just have a lot of like incidental healing that adds up.
Yeah. So we'll end up seeing what Team Liquid strikes back. Again, Dog is not able to make it for a couple hours, and Trump's not able to make it today. So that's why you might be hearing the team comms only with 2 people. Some people were like, oh, where's Dog? We didn't get to hear him at all.
At least it's fair, right? It's a 2v2.
Yeah.
2 at a jab.
For now. Yeah. Until Dog imbalances it once again. But
whatever it takes.
That's right. It's nice of Tempo Storm to handicap themselves.
I know it's right. You think you think these 2 losses were an accident, Dan? But, we just want to make it close for the other teams. We want the storylines.
That's right.
Tempo Storm's all about marketing, playing for the people.
Absolutely.
I want it to be a nail biter.
We want it to be dramatic, and that's otherwise it'd be not fun. Apparently. 1-0 lead for Tempo, and Saiyan. I got a chance to actually talk to Saiyan about Trinity Series, and he felt like changes need to be made in some capacity. You couldn't even mention yourself, if something goes wrong this week, change needs to be made. But even going down 0-2 was already frustrated the team significantly.
Right.
People don't really think about it too much, but Eloise is actually very, very competitive to the point where, like, if she loses anything, she gets really upset. So, losing 2 weeks in a row definitely played a big factor in potentially changing up that mindset.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty important to, I think, establish a clear-cut system for communication, right? There needs to be a certain point in the turn after which people do not discuss what needs to be made, where we just execute the play, right? So you don't make mistakes by misclicking or generating a random card that you don't have time to think about. Then you kind of need a hierarchy, I think. I think having discussion and everything is good, but the democratic vote is not always necessarily the best line of play. Maybe the class expert should just have like the default decision. You know, whatever the structure should look like, there should be something in place, because when you just kind of have a lot of smart people and good players talking about the game that has so many options every turn, you're going to end up with a lot of roping and once in a while making a suboptimal play just because of overthinking.
It's actually a very good example of like how things go in real life, business, government, everything. You kind of need to eventually come to a decision. You can't just have everything. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we've got Quest. Wait, it's not Quest Warrior.
It looks like just N'Zoth Warrior.
Wow, that's actually very lucky for Tempo. If that was Quest Warrior, they had like a 5% chance to win this game. But as it's N'Zoth, we're assuming, that's actually a winnable matchup. You know,
it could be just straight up control without N'Zoth, but with Daron Ashley, it makes me think.
Right.
N'Zoth.
Maybe you play that card just for Curator anyway, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine this matchup is still heavily favored for Warrior. Mm-hmm. You still have the double brawl. You still have your own Gul'dan effectively with the N'Zoth. It's pretty resilient to Twisting Nether and removal like that from the Warlock side. But whatever the case, they're going for the fast Blood Reaver. Cool. Whatever the case, I do expect this to be a very grindy, long game. Like, regardless of who ends up winning here, it's going to be a game with a lot of decisions, a game with a lot of room for getting small and big edges over time. Mm-hmm. And these types of games tend to reward like the better players. So let's go ahead and listen into Tempo Storm and see how they're planning to play the macro of this game.
Last game, it's like stone heals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In the like even if we play this, do we hit face? I don't want to give him the value.
For battle
The
rate?
card draw value. Yeah. Also, it's better against a coin acolyte. What's the point of playing Mistress?
In case we're wrong and it's Pirate Warrior.
I don't know now.
We're not wrong, or?
Yeah, like up to you.
Okay, I agree. I trust that we made the read and it's not Pirate Warrior, so we will not play it.
Yeah. Yes, enter.
Yeah. Let's not waste more time in this game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Job's done.
We were looking for... Okay, they didn't play Quest on one, so it's not Quest Warrior. I guess it is N'Zoth or Dead Man's Hand.
We're not that scared of Dead Man's Hand, right?
No.
So if they go Farseer, we just Slam and Whirlwind. We deny the Tar Creeper.
And they don't play Shadow Bolt. They didn't play it last time, and I would say they don't play it now either, most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem bad to me to go Acolyte here. Also, they could play the 1/4 taunt, but I guess I'd rather tap over playing the 1/4 taunt though.
Yeah.
What if they just tap? Do we just slam our Acolyte?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, they play this.
Perfect.
Yeah, seems good. Okay, we'll have this for Seal Slam, in case we need it. Let's start drawing. Oh, that's also a good one.
That's awesome, man.
That's nuts. Because I don't think they will deal with it now. I think they probably just like go tap something. Or just Twilight Drake.
Yeah.
Solid. Otherwise, they play the Blood Razor and they draw 2, right?
Sure.
And we want to tap instead.
We want to tap instead? What do they play on for? They don't really have stuff to play on for. Yeah, I think so. We Dransel and we tap and Dransel because there might be second Acolyte too. Like Mistress Voidwalker is so bad against second Acolyte.
Yeah.
Also, Quest Warrior is favored against N'Zoth Warrior, I think.
Quest Warrior is favored against N'Zoth? Well, we'll see.
Have you played this matchup? I played like 1 or 2 games on ladder and I won them all, and I feel like it's pretty easy.
I don't want.
Time soon.
I mean, we can armor up because we're gonna poke down something with the weapon to go down. So I think it's either just the weapon or hero power pass. I like hero power pass more.
What about hero power armor smith?
But then it's like I think it's good to have the armor smiths for the rats. Like we don't need an armor smith on the field, right? It doesn't really do anything. And if they rat our Ensot later, that would be...
Okay, so next turn they most likely either play Drake or the 5 mana guy, right?
Yeah.
So
I think the armor smith doesn't do anything, right?
Okay, sure.
We can shit slam, but
yeah, listen, this is fine.
yeah.
Don't need...
I want to play demon on curve.
Yeah, I think so. Because
Yep.
it's just so good to get them out when we have Blood Reaver.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they probably play the Rhino.
3/6.
What's the name of the card?
Hatchling.
Hatchling. Oh, I see.
Rich.
Yeah. And it's also not easy for them to just remove it, right?
Yeah. The issue is they might be inclined to rat, but it's only 1 in 3. We take those odds, right?
Actually, do we need to?
You just want to hear a power pass.
I really don't want to get ratted on them, Joth. That's basically the only thing I want right now.
I think you can still win, even if they rat it. Like you can go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. We probably want to play the weapon next turn.
There's that information about Dirty Rat and how it factors into the game after you've seen it being played.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now that Team Liquid's seen that, they are going to adjust their play accordingly. It's pretty interesting how Tempo Storm, made the read that it's a slow warrior deck, which is not too hard to make in this format based on what we've seen so far. But on top of that, decided to keep a Blood Reaver Gul'dan in the opening hand as a result. It's pretty cool that...
Yeah, that's a big risk against Pyro Warrior.
Right, yeah. But it's pretty cool. Like, that's a play you probably wouldn't make on ladder, but when you're... in a tournament setting, you can kind of narrow down the archetype that your opponent's playing. You can make some pretty creative plays on the spot that are a little bit counterintuitive. So they're definitely making a point to play demons as soon as they can. Make sure that on-curve Blood Reaver is good enough to be effective. And I'm excited to see if it works out for them.
Yeah.
It's an interesting scenario because both decks have board clears, right? Both decks have Twisting Nethers. And both decks also have a 10-mana thing that makes a lot of other things. So you end up with this kind of interesting tension where, making a bunch of demons off of Blood Reaver or making a bunch of death rattles off of N'Zoth isn't necessarily enough to win the game on its own. And I wouldn't be surprised if, this game ends up coming down to a fatigue scenario because of that.
Yeah, it actually very well may, although what ends up happening with the fatigue is that Warrior doesn't fatigue because they just keep shuffling more hatchlings into their deck, and Warrior eventually hits the point where they just don't have enough resources to keep up with Warrior in terms of removing, and also, Gul'dan's hero power isn't racing as fast as they'd like to because it only deals 1 damage net.
Yeah,
So-
that's a good point. Yeah, they're probably playing a dead man's hand. Let's go ahead and listen in on Tempo Storm.
Stonehill, Earthen, and Happy Ghoul, and we look
Start with
for
Stonehill.
a Lich King, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we start with Stonehill, right?
Yeah.
Psychotron. It fits into like a 1-tap 5 curve next turn.
I actually like Lord of Arena better because they are very, very, very good to clear like Divine Shield and 4 health minion, right? But 5 health minion, they need something more, I think.
Okay, I'm down to take Lord of the Arena.
And And also next turn we can tap and Lord of Arena.
Sure.
You like this? Do you like this?
Yeah, I think it sets up an awkward board.
Okay.
So I think like Blood Racer, so we go down to Battle Rage range and hit on free.
Yes. Doesn't matter which one we hit. I don't think so. Just hit whatever. And then just start more up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We probably want to start drawing cards too, I guess, or can we just not draw cards and it's fine?
So there is no Acolyte in their hand, right? If they have, they will definitely play Acolyte. Oh no! I mean, they will be overdraw if they actually play.
I think we're saving Dirty Rat for the turn before Nizam.
Okay,
Right.
you mean like turn 9?
Yes.
Sure.
Like if they dead man's hand before the Nizam turn, we can just.
I want to draw into our demons.
So we draw with Coil.
Yeah. Yep.
And then play Arena.
Sure.
How do you feel about getting Mistress out of the hand too?
Gates are open.
Like we have a taunt up, so they can't hit it, right? And I feel like we need some room to tap at the moment.
Okay.
Side effects.
Like we're not pressuring a lot at the moment anyway, so I don't think it matters if we give them the health back.
Okay, so Now, this is kind of awkward now because I kind of like saving the. Now, I mean, we have only one more Acolyte, right? So the charge from Blood Razor is only good if we get like more minions, so we can battle rage basically.
Yeah.
We cannot. Yeah.
I think I like Shield Slam here.
Yeah. So just Seal Block first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you want a Dead Man's Hand here? No.
I don't think we want Armor Smiths, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So just Seal Slam Armor up. Maybe we can play one Armor Smith or no?
I think we hold them for Rat, right?
Okay, sure.
And also for Battle Rage.
Yep, makes sense. Now, I don't think we really want to Dead Man's Hand this. I mean, we want it on Enzoth, but the other ones are probably very bad.
Yeah, we need to find Battle Rage first, I think.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, the dirtiest of rats.
There's a lot of
Sitting in Tempo
tension.
Storm's hand.
There's a lot of tension right now. Tempo Storm specifically said we're going to save Dirty Rat for the turn before they play N'Zoth, so that's now. And then,
Well, it's kind of not, because we haven't seen that many death rattles yet out of the Warrior. So would you really expect your opponent to play N'Zoth on 10, given how few death rattles have actually died?
that's fair.
I think what they're hoping is that Dead Man's Hand just doesn't get drawn before they play Dirty Rat, but Dead Man's Hand did get drawn, so
Yeah.
now it's kind of like a...
What if they get another Dirty Rat, though, from... Okay, well, they did, but...
You jinxed it, Dan. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting tension. It definitely favors Team Liquid, because at any point that they choose to pull the trigger on Dead Man's Hand, the Dirty Rat becomes basically invalid, because it means there's still an N'Zoth in the deck somewhere. Whereas, even if Tempo Storm does play Dirty Rat before Dead Man's Hand gets played, it's very unlikely that the N'Zoth gets hit, so... Ooh. Interesting.
Well, it seems like Cyclopean Horror was the strongest min they can get. Mogushan Warden is a little too far down the rabbit hole. Just ask Raynad.
How does everybody still make fun of that? That card was so good.
It's just a funny moment that sticks out in our mind.
That card was so good.
Everyone's made very silly decisions when they try to
Why
experiment.
you talk about it like it's a mistake?
Okay.
That was,
Everyone has made bold choices before.
everyone plays one Senjin in Miracle Rogue in 2014, and I play one Mogushin. because you want it against aggro, and I'm insane apparently.
No, I'm just saying that everyone's had bold choices that stick out. But two things. The fact that Mogashon Warden is that unplayable and you tried to innovate with it, and the fact that you still don't think it's a mistake.
Did innovate with it, Dan.
It's a perfect storm.
I played Shield Bears and I made the best deck in Standard, and then I played Mogashin and I made the best Miracle Rogue deck in Standard. I like big butts, Dan.
Yeah.
Cannot lie.
Yeah, that much we can agree upon.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, here we go. 2 out of 3.
Come on. Earn it. Man, it's so important that Liquid saw Dirty Rat Game 1. I wonder if they would have played around it had they not seen it.
Yeah, probably not, in my book.
How a small piece of information can just completely change a game.
In matchup, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, second Dirty Rat!
Oh!
Team Liquid's patience did not pay off. They had Dead Man's Hand. They said we need a little bit of a better hand first. We want to get more removal. We want to make sure we can get card draw into. And also because, playing the Zoth with just one Death Rattle minimum is not going to be good. And now the battle cry's been invalidated and no ability to shuffle a copy into your deck. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Have a Dante from the Stonefield here.
Why do you fall?
Wait, never mind. They played it. It's the Cyclopean Horror.
We start with shield block, right?
I think so, yes.
I want to get a lot of armor now with double armor smith.
Yeah, I mean...
The only issue is that we're never going to get battle rage from our hero powered or hero.
Mm-hmm. Let's draw first. Let's draw first. Oh.
Actually, we might Dead Man's Hand here, right? We get an extra Scourge Lord. Fishes is good when we have Scourge Lord. And we also get an extra Armor Smith with the Scourge Lord.
We still don't have any, we still don't have our Brawl, and we still don't have any, Battle Rage, right?
Yeah, but we have double fish for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do your play,
Yeah, we gotta go fast. I'll hold it. Oh, I missed the poke. It's cool.
Ah, it's fine, probably.
This is so much armor.
True.
So I want to go...
Abyssal and Foot Raid.
Do you not like Hellfire?
Why?
Hellfire and Dreadlord? That way you keep the Dirty Rat? Right, because if we bump Hellfire, we keep Dirty Rat around. Abyssal kills the 5/1.
But what's the Abyssal is awkward, it's 7 mana and we can't play it when we have the board and we keep the Dirty Rat on board, we are bad against DK.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving a point. But I think your play is good too.
Almost out of time.
I mean, we can play around DK as well. Can't we? We just play the, oh, so much armor. We just play the Mistress here, right? And then we play around DK, if we want.
That's not really playing around DK, right? No.
I mean, it is, because he has to hit Dirty Rat, and then he can't kill it, but... I mean, I think the DK is do they even run it in this deck?
Oh, you mean play Mistress in between?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Well, the players were definitely thinking about Death Knight, but only at the very end of the turn. That's what I'm talking about, man. You start...
You sound so disappointed.
Yeah.
the small stuff like that. Now Dreadlord doesn't get the chip damage in. He gets something right back.
Yeah.
But, you know, Tempo Storm still has to play these Abyssal Enforcers and get value off of that as well.
Yep. No, I mean, they do play 2 of them, which is not super common. A lot of people do just play 1 Abyssal Enforcer. So the fact they are playing 2 means, you know, the Blood Reaver is going to be that much more impactful. But at the same time, they can kind of expect a brawl out of the Warrior. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they just pull the trigger on Blood Reaver with just 1 Abyssal having been played.
You know, I wanted to ask about the life tap around this phase of the game, and a lot of people talk about how you know, you always want to try to squeeze in life tap. Tempo Storm actually hasn't done it this turn, and they had an option to make a line of play that to do it last turn as well. And I do think there's a lot of validity to it, considering that you need time for Blood Reaver Gul'dan to get you immense value over time. And now that N'Zoth won't put a clock on you, it feels like not life tapping does seem to be the better line of thinking here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they are worried about you know, this going to fatigue, and they don't want to have an empty deck by the time, you know, Gul'dan's activated just a couple times. They only have 9 cards in their deck left right now, so that is important. It's kind of interesting that now that the Death Knight has been played, the Warrior can no longer armor up. So the Blood Reaver is going to be a lot more effective. Just as far as killing the opponent.
20 turns. They've got the clock.
It's also looking very likely that Tempo Storm just plays Blood Reaver next turn, which, if they do, Liquid doesn't have the brawl for it just yet. So let's listen into Tempo Storm and see if they're going to go with this Gul'dan or the Siphon.
Just playing the...
You mean Gul'dan? I
Gul'dan
think
gets
it's a
most.
very good turn for Gul'dan. What do we have? Well, we...
Use this with 1/3, 2 4/5s, and a 6/6. And he can just clear it by trading with the 6/9, right? Into the 1/3 and then whirlwind kill. So it's not that good. We can take a turn off and play Siphon.
Okay, I like Siphon here.
Okay, and then we just play nothing else, yeah?
Okay.
I think the fact that they aren't tapping means that they have Gul'dan. Because I remember when we played that matchup, we were always tapping to find Gul'dan, right? And we said that we would stop once we did. So I'm actually pretty sure they have Gul'dan in hand.
Okay, so I just want to pass them. Because if we play Mountain Fire, we just throw it for nothing. If we think they're gonna play Gul'dan, we should just pass her.
Whoa, why do we throw it for nothing? So if they Gul'dan, they
we're gonna
get...
double fish.
We're gonna double fish?
Or hit 1 fish.
I don't want to double fish.
Yeah, but we can do 1 fish, and then basically the Mountain Fire is gonna die, right?
Okay, why are we saving the Mountain Fire for there? Is there any reason?
I mean, it's just gonna die. It's not gonna do anything next turn. So they revive a 6/6, a 4/5, a 4/5, and like Voidwalker. And how we're gonna deal with that is hit with the weapon and fish, right? And then...
Okay.
Okay.
So do you like this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can just save the Exude just in case they have Lich King or something. Like this, it's only 6 damage here. We can go Hero Power and Mountain Fire and pass. And
yes. Sure. Yes, I like it. Actually starting to get kind of scared now because we didn't shuffle. Have 9 cards, they have 7. But they can't pressure us though, right?
Yeah.
And we also
we're
have
totally fine.
Yeah, okay.
Obliteration.
I feel...
Interesting.
We just hit him and pass, right? There's no point in dealing with that on their turn. And we don't want to play Blood Reaver yet into it.
Hmm.
Hit them pass looks good to me.
We have Dransol in our deck, right? Okay.
So, man, there's a lot happening, even though nothing's happening each turn. There's a lot of like restraint being held. Do want to point out one thing, by the way. The production was listening in on the comms during the entire game, as they should. And they were talking about how during that turn where Team Liquid and Tempo Storm were like kind of saying, should I play N'Zoth or should we shuffle it in first? Tempo Storm played double Dirty Rat. The first Dirty Rat got played and Armor Smith got pulled out. And at that moment, speaking of Dirty Rat, people out the Mistress here, Show was like saying, well, yeah, it's actually really bad that they showed us Dirty Rat because they thought that was the only Dirty Rat that they had. They're like, it's really bad they showed us Dirty Rat because we wouldn't have played around it at all and maybe we wouldn't because of it. And then the second Dirty Rat came out, pulled out those off, and they're like, ah. A little sad that we caught on camera. But yeah. It's kind of like a classic streamer moment. Like, oh, yeah, they're screwed. No, wait, I'm screwed.
Well, Death Knight weapon, maybe the best weapon in the game, putting in work.
Yeah. So what Tempo Storm set up for, because now Blood River Gul'dan has the 2 sweeps from the Despicable Dreadlords, which kill the Mountain Fire armor, but it also gains back the 6 armor that Tempo Storm was able to do with the Abyssal Enforcer. And, you know, you were kind of making a comment. You're saying 60 life just might be enough, or more than enough here.
Yeah, it might be enough for Warrior to win. I mean, the thing is, Tempo Storm is not really going to have pressure aside from the 3 damage a turn. And they're going to be dying themselves fairly quickly because they only have 5 cards left in their deck. So, I mean, we're talking about a scenario where you play Gul'dan, everything dies, and then you're trying to deal, you know, like over 50 damage, like 55 damage just with hero powers. That alone is going to take 30 turns, or however many turns.
20 turns.
20 turns, right? It's not... you're just not going to survive that long against fatigue. So
the positioning of the Voidwalker.
Yeah. Is that random? How is that? I think it's order played, I guess.
I think it is the... No, it's not order played because Abyssal Force was the last one to be played.
Oh.
So I do think it is randomized.
Great. Of course it is.
Well, what's interesting is that I think Team Liquid actually would prefer the 4/5s to be next to the Voidwalker so they can just like easily whirlwind with the hero power and take it out.
Right. I mean, they don't have to worry about fatigue at all because of Dead Man's Hand. It's actually kind of crazy how favored this matchup is for the Warrior.
Even if N'Zoth, which is a huge component, by the way, gets taken out, it's still very favored.
The thing is, there are a lot of ways of building the Warlock deck, and this is the single most like high removal type of build, so it would make sense that it would struggle against this. Let's go ahead and listen into Tempo and see what their plans are for playing the last few turns of this game.
Oh, we know he's got Whirlwind Fishes. And then another Whirlwind.
So we just play one drop and
just one Voidwalker, right?
Yes.
Why do you fall?
Oh, you don't play the Divine Shotgun?
Okay.
You can cycle that, slam, whirlwind, right?
Yeah.
We play the taunt guy. Why not?
Yep. Jamming. I think at this point they're just trying to like see more cards that we're playing, right? I think they know that they can't win.
Because we want to save the Siphon Heal for later, once we're in fatigue. Otherwise, like, the Siphon doesn't heal anything for us.
Good point. Okay.
And we can play Happy Ghoul, if we want.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, they probably had a 4-mana weapon.
Yeah, but they don't have any armor gains. All you have to do is 16 times.
I mean, we don't need to hit it, right? We can just...
Yeah, we just played Blood Racer Whirlwind.
Yeah, and we go face?
Do we need to?
I mean, why not? We can have like another Whirlwind
Yeah,
effect.
okay, sure. Yeah, why not?
Well, it's looking rough for tempo. Not too many cards left in the deck, and they're trying to do 40 damage just with hero power.
It doesn't seem likely. I don't know how they get there.
Yeah, I don't see this working out, but, you know, they're going to try. You know, it's really interesting how one single slot can make all the difference in these slow control matchups.
Right.
For example, for the Warrior, they're playing a single copy of Dead Man's Hand. Makes sense in an Azot deck. But that card, even though it's dead against aggro, makes all of the difference in matchups like this, where even if your N'Zoth gets dirty ratted out, you have inevitability, which is crazy to think about. And it makes me really wonder, you know, should a removal heavy Warlock deck include a single copy of Jiraxis or maybe a single copy of like a Medivh, just so that, you know, matchups like this are a little bit more winnable. Not just a little bit, but significantly more, right? It's a single slot that can change some matchups by like 20%, so we'll see. Now it is...
It's a race against fatigue. I don't think Tempo Storm can deal enough. They have to survive 11 turns now.
Yeah, they can gain 6 life from their hand. They can burst for 4.
So that puts it 1 turn earlier. And then fatigue catches them in 9 turns.
Time passes.
That's actually...
So that it looks like there's no way they can win.
How do you do fatigue math that fast?
Isn't it just like the middle? You do 2 numbers multiplied divided by 2. So you do 9 times 8 and then divided by, so that's 72 divided by 2 is 36.
Oh, okay. That's how it works.
I think that's how it works. I might be wrong. I actually have to check the math. I'm going to do some math.
It's like
now I'm questioning myself because I'm like not sure now. Hold on 1 sec. 1 plus 2. No, I should have messed up. That was, excuse me, 1 plus 2 plus 3.
I gotta find that exclamation mark, man.
I don't have a factorial on an iPhone calculator. I can't press the plus button more than once, apparently.
How is it that we have computing devices in our pockets with the entirety of human knowledge capable of summoning cars, but we can't like have it do more than a graphing calculator? Anyway, let's listen in on Team Liquid and see how they're feeling about this game.
Yeah, but don't we want to get damage first, so we can use Battle Rage?
No, we don't play Battle Rage. We don't play Battle Rage. We never played. We're gonna lose your fatigue. We don't have another.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we don't wanna draw.
Yeah.
So maybe you wanna play Battle Rage now to get it out of our hand, since we're never drawing.
Yeah, but how much fatigue do they take? They take 3. Oh yeah.
No, play Battle Rage first.
You wanna play that?
Yeah, we don't wanna draw, never. So just play it.
Oh yeah,
so to get it out of our hand, basically.
Yeah.
Before we start taking damage, and then
Obliteration.
Yeah, that's smart.
We can't take the 4, right? So we have to Hellfire it. Recoil, double defile it, and then hero power.
I like Hellfire. Wait, do they have other minions? They don't have any other minion left, right?
No, it's just like an acolyte or something. So Hellfire and then just hit.
Wait, does Strength Soul... Do we hit anything with Strength Soul in the future anymore?
Yes, because we get more life with it.
Okay. I mean, they don't have minions left.
No, they could just play like... We can just Drain Soul our own thing later, right?
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Zealot. Oh, we should...
Sure, we can Drain Soul our own thing. Just how far?
Yeah. Oh, feels bad. That's another turn gone.
Well, we don't need to give them siphons, all right?
Yeah, we don't need to play that.
So just pass?
Yep.
All right.
There comes a point where we're gonna start hitting face with the weapon though, so we can play the second one.
Yeah.
So, how much fatigue do they take?
They take 5 now. They start taking a lot. I think we should hit, right?
We should hit, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. We don't need to play the second one.
No.
Maybe. This is a turn to play.
Out of cards.
To draw 2 mana. Do you want shield to draw? Oh, okay.
Monk Omega.
So we nailed down a couple of things. One, I messed up my rule. The rule is the turn of fatigue that you take. It's that plus the +1 divided by 2. So in this case, if they take, say, 9 turns of fatigue, it's 9 times 10, which is 90 divided by 2 is 45. We're not counting in how much Warlock heals. We're also not counting in the damage Warrior deals. We're also not counting the Warrior fatigue damage itself. But what you should do is just wait to see what happens, because Warlock is essentially 3 turns ahead of fatigue, but they're also 7 cards deeper. So
Yep.
yeah, that's going to be a real problem.
Yep, I'm watching and seeing, but it does not look like it's possible for Tempo to get out of this. I think it's going to be within like 1 or 2 turns. But, I mean, valiant effort despite that. I really do think, one single tech inclusion, or maybe like a better Discover off of Stonehill could have made all the difference.
Or maybe Blood Reaver go down a turn earlier.
Right, yeah.
Because, you never know if that 3 extra damage and 3 extra life ends up being the case here, because it looks like no matter what, Temple Storm will die in at least, at most, but the earliest 3 turns. Because they could heal for 3 with Drain Soul by Drain Souling their own Tainted Zealot. And gain 6 life over the 2 turns. So it should be 3, but even if they had 3 turns, they're dealing 9 damage to their opponent. Warrior's still okay.
Right. Yeah, I think Tempo at this point is counting mana, realizing that they don't have the mana to Tainted Zealot and Siphon and Drain Soul all at once, along with Hero Power. So they're going to have to throw it to the Wolves.
Yeah, they'll try.
Only a fool rejects the Lich King.
Alright. Got there.
I am interested in... Oh, wait.
What does that play around?
I was interested in the idea of, also, if you're able to,
Yeah, so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The extra 3 life from the Siphon, turns out it just doesn't even matter, so.
Right.
Makes sense why I went with that. And it does end up being kind of close.
Kind of, but in the end, Warrior still had a lot of things go wrong for it and still won. Team Liquid able to just get the game of inevitability on their side, ties up the series, despite the fact that a lot of things went wrong for them. They drew a little bit awkwardly. They had a very early N'Zoth disruption with Dirty Rats. Their opponents had teched for some stuff like the matchup, and still they were able to come out ahead as we go into Game 3 evened up.
Yeah, it's an incredibly lopsided matchup, clearly, but beyond that, it's interesting to see how much information affected that game. Because just from Game 1, the fact they saw Dirty Rat, let them play in a completely different way, they decided to save their Armor Smiths, which later allowed them to get that armor and win through the Dirty Rat pulling N'Zoth. And if they actually were playing that game without that Dirty Rat information, maybe they would have just played those Armor Smiths out early to get...
do you think Pirate Warrior is still good after War X nerf? Thanks. Keep up the great stream.
Thank you, Fireside Fred, for the $5. Yes, clearly, Warrior's still pretty good. You don't have to play War Axe, and it's still a pretty solid control deck. I mean, we've been seeing it in Quest variants, N'Zoth, and it's just been crushing things, as opposed to unplayable classes like Hunter.
Yeah, why didn't they bring... I mean, they had Hunter as an option to counter the Warlock, too. Why do you think the Warrior should come out there? There's Because Hunter's that bad?
Hunter is the worst class in Standard, and it's not even remotely close. There's basically nothing it counters, nothing it does better than any other decks. As an aggro deck, it's worse than like 7 other classes. You can't really fit the same like neutral, strong minions in and still have it be strong. You get like the 4 crabs you can play with Hungry Crabs and Glocka Crawlers, which might be good.
It's hilarious Rainad is talking smack about Hunter decks. You wouldn't say this to Rex Artlan. He's jacked. Not only that, but he wields the freshest bows, eats at the chillest taverns, and hangs with the hottest Savannah Highmanes. Y'all are pathetic lol.
Thank you, Huffer fan, but you are completely wrong, as Twitch chat usually is. Hunter is just basically unplayable in every scenario. You can dedicate like 28 cards to beating a deck, and you're probably still just like 50-50 against something. I'm really not a big fan of the class at all. But for some reason, both these teams decided to bring it this time around. I'm kind of excited to see how that works out.
What did you just say about me, you little caster? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in the S'more Academy, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids on the Lich King, and I have over 500 confirmed wins. I am trained in silverback guerrilla warfare, and I'm the steadiest shot in the entire U.S. to arms forces.
Somebody ban Rexar.
Yeah, can we turn off text to speech? Cool, thanks. Yeah. Trying to cast a tournament here. Keep it professional. Yeah, I hate it when we get popular streamers on broadcast and the stream just popularity just carries over and ruins things.
Somebody found the button, donation button.
Yeah. I agree. I think Hunter has a lot of weaknesses, and I'm very shocked to see both teams favor Hunter for this series over Mage, a class that's proven to be very powerful in certain pockets. Look at yesterday's series between Misfits and Team LoL. The Mage was almost threatening to close out half the series on its own. But Hunter, what is Hunter really doing? It's got a terrible win rate. Almost every team has a sub 30% win rate with Hunter in this series.
It's impressive. It's out of like 2 games, or I mean, how?
I don't know. But like all the graphs that you see, it's been completely lopsided. We'll see if it ends up being the case here. I do wonder what's going to come into play against the Warrior. We have seen Paladin as a popular pick. Seems like that is the case here. Temple Storm going to go with Murloc Paladin with a 1, 2, 3, 4 of the ages.
Yeah, clearly they have been practicing. This is a very skillful draw. But this is the Warrior matchup. And the thing about matchups like this is no matter how good your early curve is, if the Warrior draws the right answers, you just get wrecked. Because cards like Brawl, cards like Sleep with the Fishes, don't really care how many minions are on board. They don't really care how good your curve is. Sure, maybe you took like 3 extra damage from a good curve. But at the end of the day, if the Warrior gets a full clear, they are just going to win. And honestly, aside from that Dead Man's Hand draw, that's a pretty solid hand to have against Murlocs.
True that.
The second Vile Fin, though, pretty strong for tempo. They're gonna opt to hold on to it, which is kind of interesting. Makes me think maybe they're considering Coin Megasaur on 3, although I don't know why they would do that with so many Murlocs in hand.
Armor made to fit.
All right, well, Jesus.
Wow.
Okay.
What a crazy hand here. It's almost as good as it gets for Temple Storm.
They're going to opt to play this. It's interesting. I might have played Rock. Oh, I guess they're going to wait for the War Leader damage. This is interesting.
Maybe they want to buff their War Leader instead. I mean,
right.
The things that you have to worry about is exactly what we talk about, just like the Sleep with the Fishes.
Playing Rock Pool and just swinging there seemed fine, like at the Armor Smith. I don't know. That's interesting. Now they have to decide whether they want to attack and enable Battle Rage or just not do the damage. It's a bit of a tough call because Murloc Paladin is a deck that cares about the damage you do to your opponent. You do want to smoke them down, but this one particular turn, they don't want to give them a good Battle Rage. So let's go ahead and listen in on Team Liquid and see when they want to pull the trigger on the Sleep with the Fishes.
With Armor Smith, so it doesn't die to War Leader.
Seals from the 2-2, Yeah, I guess it makes sense. We're not gonna have like a lot of armor anytime soon. So using it as a removal here seems good. Do we ever bomb into the 1-3? No, right? So it doesn't die to War Leader?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm fine with just spamming that, I think. Oh, we still have our Doomsayer, that would be very good.
I like Valthing, Rockpool.
What would Uther do?
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The face here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just weapon, I guess. Weapon kill the 2/3. Is there anything else? There is like whirlwind slip with the fishes, but it seems awful.
Yeah, we don't want to use it here. Yeah, I like the weapon.
Yeah, let's go.
So War Leader Kodo or Kings?
War Leader Kodo. You agree with this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think we leave both
So,
of the weapons at 2, right?
Okay.
Damn, I really don't like our hand.
Yeah, I think we can hit the War Leader and see if it's get down, and then Whirlwind. And then we have Whirlwind for fish anyway. We have 2 Whirlwinds, right?
There's no way we just pass here, right? That seems too passive.
Yeah, it's too passive.
Alright. Wait. Do we maybe want to whirlwind first so he doesn't... No, he won't
If it's
get the
get
War
down,
Leader.
we get super punished though.
Yeah, okay. It's most likely get away, right? So he'll most likely... If we hit with the weapon first, he gets the one mana minion, correct? Yeah. Yeah, he does.
I mean, he's gonna get War Leader.
No. Because the others will be 1 HP, so the other one will die first. Oh no, he's gonna get War Leader.
Yeah.
That sucks. We still have to do this though, I think. At least now he doesn't have something for the War Leader to buff. That's like the... I don't think we could do it any other way though, right?
Yeah.
Do you think? Because he just used the one weapon, there's not like very efficient way to kill the War Leader. I feel like, do they run Slam? If they run Slam, there's only one Slam, right? I remember I didn't see
War
two
1
Slam.
attacks. So the assumption is at least a 1/1 sticks, and then we can coin Bone Mare, right?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's good. And if we don't land it, we can go Hero Power Megasaur and then play Bone Mare afterwards anyway.
I don't want to play anything to execute, like big stuff into execute.
Yeah. I agree.
And I still haven't played the cards they kept.
Yeah. It's still there. It might be just another... Like, it could just not be fishes. They're waiting on it or something. It could be Brawl.
We didn't see Brawl last game. What do you think? I want to Bone Mare here.
Bone Mare on the 3/1.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree, because we can reload with Findra.
Also, Bone Mare is awkward to clear with Slip with Fishes.
We set up this way to play around Scourge Lord next turn.
Man, Murloc Paladin really just putting on all the pressure on Team Liquid here. I like the team comms from Tempo Storm as well. It's pretty funny. With Eloise, you never know if she's agreeing or disagreeing when she goes,
Yeah.
I remember one time I was playing ladder with Eloise, and we were doing the exact kind of thing Zayn was with her. It was like, oh, should we do this play? And she goes, I said, is that a yes or a no? And she goes, I'm like, so that's a yes? And she goes, And I didn't know how to respond.
If it's 3 mms, it's a yes.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad you speak, Eloise. I'm still working on it myself.
Well, yeah, Team Liquid really struggling here. This is a matchup where, if you're not seeing the brawls, if you're not seeing high-value cards like, Acolyte with a good, like, Blood Razor, Sleep with the Fish is clear, it's pretty easy to actually just get out-carded, especially against these mid-range lists of Murloc, right? They have a lot of high-impact threats, Scalebane, Bone Mare, Curators in there, like Tyrion. It's very easy to actually just get out-valued, even though it is an aggro deck, so... pretty fortunate from Tempostorm's side to draw a perfect curve early because it means the rest of their deck is just those high-impact threats. And, at this point, Team Liquid's biggest struggle is just, the lack of resources.
Yeah, in theory, everything seems to be lining up. The control removal Warlock destroys like the aggressive tempo deck from Rogue. The greedier control list is able to outgreed another control deck, and then now the mid-range deck is supposed to pressure the control deck enough that control can't really keep up with its removal, and mid-range just has too many beefy threats for control to keep up with. So this is kind of it in a nutshell. Tempostorm has also drawn Godlike this game. Jeez, like I can't even begin to fathom like how hard it is to stop a 1, 2, 3, 4 with a lot of options. Almost every single turn they've had options. And even now, they're choosing not to hero power to try and decrease... Wait.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's go ahead and listen into Team Liquid and see what they're thinking to get back into this game.
Right.
Yeah.
We get 6 armor.
Yeah, okay, that's also true.
Do you think we should hit to... I think we should activate Whirlwind.
Yeah, me too, for sure. Alright, Tyrion is a jump. Tyrion's very, very bad.
Should we take our Mega Sword? We make the trade play the Mega Sword turn, right?
Let me think. Do we blessing or do we play Warrior turn?
I mean, we can go Kings and Mega Sword afterwards as well.
I want to kill blessing of King and see what we get first. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. We get Chum and Hydrologist. Okay, so it's Mega Sword then. And Mega Sword needs to be...
Divine Shield. Divine Shield is fine. Or health.
We have Attack, Taunt.
Well, I guess attack.
Yeah. Poisonous was back.
There was some turns that we argued too much and we roped out.
Are we slamming the...
Acolyte here.
Wait. Don't we slam the 9-3 first or something?
Yeah, we do. Draw first.
Whirlwind is our best draw. Okay, play this, hit the 5 too.
We slam the Megas, alright.
Should we draw first?
Yeah, we should draw first.
Wait, how much armor does it take away? 5. So we go 2, 3, it's fine. Yeah, we don't need to slam actually. Let's draw first, see what we get.
I think it's fine to slam though. I think we also cycle shield block if we slam. Here.
Up to you, I'm not a warrior expert. I think it's fine to do it.
We want to find like Ansot or Garrosh or...
Oh yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, but you see what I mean, right? Like, if we went to that play, then he has that whirlwind. It turned out to be worse if we made your play. So
we're not supposed to play around it to begin with. Anyway,
What would Uther do?
So we already seeing all the whirlwinds already, right?
Yes. So
We
here,
only get wrecked by DK Whirlwind then.
yeah. Look,
I don't think we play around DK Whirlwind, I guess. So do you want to hero power Rock Pool and Scalban?
yes.
Okay, so be careful of the position.
Scalbane's in the middle.
Sure.
Must act now.
That Blood Razor draw from Team Liquid, putting them right back in it, is exactly what they needed. And at this point, Tempestorm's starting to run low on resources. I could definitely see Liquid coming back into this.
Yeah, you know, the Blessing of Kings is a very interesting use. I wasn't even expecting that at all, that turn, considering that Rock Pool was drawn off the top and you can really spread your threats. What Blessing of Kings does, it acts actually kind of like another layer of threat to your push, because Blessing of King's hero power not only pushes the damage, but also keeps things out of range of things like Whirlwind and Sacred Fishes. So what ends up happening is Templestorm actually did like a 2-push with Blessing of Kings and Megastore, and then they got cleared and they lost a wave of threats.
Right.
So that was really punishing. This War Leader is also pretty punishing for Team Liquid, but I mean, they have no business being in this game. I think everything is just icing on the cake.
I mean, honestly, Tempestorm's lucky they didn't play against a Scourge Lord Garrosh this game. I mean, at any point, if Liquid had that after all of these draws, the game was over on the spot. So
still can be.
Yeah, I think they still play Doomsayer. If it goes off, they don't draw, but Tempestorm can't let it go off. So you have to play Doomsayer, I'm pretty sure here. Yeah, just play the hand.
Yeah, this is really good recognition from Show. Tie Caller's
It's
dead.
the single worst card in Tempestorm's deck. And they haven't seen the second Bone Mare, they haven't seen Curator, they haven't seen Tyrion, they haven't seen Spike Ridge Steed if that's in there. So at this point, Tempo's actually in a pretty rough spot. This turn was the turn that they needed to hit something relevant. And because they didn't, they're going to have to full trade in. And, you know, they are vulnerable all of a sudden to things like the second Sleep with the Fishes. Garrosh still wrecks them. Even like N'Zoth from Team Liquid would be pretty strong. So at this point, I think about a third of Team Liquid's deck just wrecks Tempo. And if they can dodge that portion of the deck, they'll be all right. Did they just trade the 7 attack?
I think they want to keep the minion count down for Brawl, perhaps, to be less impactful.
That makes sense. Yeah, I guess killing Acolyte is not a priority. You could do it with Rallying Blade. All right.
Yeah.
That does make sense. So they're not going to hero power. They're not going to play Tide Caller. I think that's a heads-up play. Yeah, they haven't seen a single Brawl yet. Team Liquid's most of the way through their deck.
They probably. I think they are hero powering in case they get second Megastore, perhaps.
Yeah. All right. I mean, decent threat spacing. Let's see if Liquid does top deck. Ooh.
Oh, jeez. 2 5-drops, 6/9 and a 3/6.
Unfortunately for Tempo, that Scalebane buff went on the single worst possible minion. And because of that, and more importantly, them drawing the worst possible cards 2 turns in a row, all of a sudden I think they're behind. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. I mean, drawing 1 Tide Caller at that point in the game, that definitely hurts after Finja Trigger, but 2 of them back-to-back is brutal. Let's go ahead and listen to Tempo and figure out how they're going to make these trades.
Have War Leader alive, clear everything, hit for 6, right?
I want the Scalban to be up. Do you want War Leader or Scalban?
Yeah, I want the War Leader because we're less weak to fishes, right?
What would Uther do?
Like we double trade
We
here.
can have... Okay. Yeah, I don't see a good way to trade.
Okay, so we agree that this is happening, yeah?
Sure.
And yours is... No, the Scorpion's got to be worse than War Leader here, right? Because it's 1 buff. And it's weak to execute that he hasn't played yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Job done.
Okay, Gromas. Let's go.
Garrosh, let's go.
Yeah, Garrosh, we got it.
Oh, you're before me, by the way. Like
That's actually sick.
Yeah. Easy.
Hero power first, by the way, right?
No, we hit the 4-1 first. And then hero power. We take less damage.
Yeah. You're right. I just, not a warrior expert. Alright, good. We actually have insane draws. They have like, what, 2 good draws? A Curator, Tyrion, that's it? Come on,
Yeah.
joins off. No, don't touch card. Oh my god, that's great.
Job's done.
Yeah.
Alright, let's draw. Oh, baby, yes.
I think we hit and then play the Direhorn. Or do you want to leave up the 2-1?
I think I'd rather save the charge, right?
But if they get Gentle Megazord Poison, that's a comeback for them, right?
It's only 1 card out of 12.
But do we need double weapon charge? I don't think so, right?
Okay, yeah, because they're kind of low, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we dare much hands this either, right? Have better draws. Actually,
We still play it. There's not much much choices from now on.
Faith in the light.
You still make 1/1, yeah.
Job's done.
I think it's cool. We've already been hit it.
whoa. Wait. We can't just kill it now. Whirlwind, slam, then hit with the face.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah. Easy.
Oh, there's my boy. We can play it here. That much.
Yeah, well, with that much time, sure. Right. I think this one is a win. Well, it's actually so important.
Yeah. Paladin is scary.
He has the hero power.
I know, but it forces him to hero power. To play. Gonna play.
Wow.
The battle is over. You win.
Right, got him. I don't know if you checked Skype. Doc said he will be here in like 30 minutes or
Oh,
something.
okay. Nice.
Yeah, honestly, that was a pretty deserved loss from Tempo, in my opinion. I think that turn where they played Blessing of Kings on Finja for absolutely no reason was a turn that Sears just kind of thrown. I think that there was a play there to maybe just trade into the minion, let the Finja die, get 2 minions, hero power, rock pool, and play Megasaur. And I think with that kind of play, they would have still had that Blessing in hand as a threat to play. So, you know, gotta be a frustrating loss for Tempo Storm, but, you know, that is that's the way that matchup goes. Even if you get those good draws, cards like Sleep with the Fishes, cards like Brawl, like I said, they don't care how good your curve was. They just kill everything. So
yeah, I think Team Liquid, they play solid and they kind of understand what they need to do at return. And you can kind of tell the differences and just kind of like how they're communicating there. It feels like a lot of times when Tempo Storm is discussing the plays, once they start thinking of another line and one player is really insistent, they usually just try to decide with that. Team Liquid kind of bounces back, and eventually you have people who hold their ground, and it's been working out so far for Team Liquid as they're currently up 2-1, playing very well. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have more Trinity Series action live from the Intel Esports Arena.
seeing this?
Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
Team Liquid currently up 2-1 over Tempo Storm as Eloise, who apparently has taken my place in Reynad's kitchen, is going to be chilling and trying to see if she can turn the tides against Team Liquid. Now, it's still early in the series, but the Zoth Warrior getting 2 big wins against one deck it's favored against and one deck it should not have beat, just because the Murloc Paladin had the God Hand. I mean, if you can single-handedly pick your 1, 2, 3, 4, and then draw, like, guarantee that you draw Finja and you have like Cobalt Scalebane and whatnot, it feels like that's a pretty ideal curve.
Well, I mean, the beginning of the game, sure, but I mean, you know, as good as Liquid's draws were towards the end, and as well as they played it. And, you know, if the Finja trade was a misplay, despite all of that, we do have to point out, with literally 3 1-drops left in their deck, they drew Tidecaller into Grimscale into Tidecaller, back to back to back, with like 15 cards left in their deck, which is literally the worst possible draw 3 turns in a row, and I think that definitely contributed. But you're right, the draw for the first half of the game was definitely great, and it should have been good enough to close it out. So, you know, no excuses. I definitely think they can revisit and see how they could have sequenced those turns to be better against the AoE of Warrior.
So then now what do they play against the N'Zoth Warrior? We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter's in this lineup for a reason. Might as well run it out, hope to draw high mains. That's probably what I would do.
It's true. Eloise is on Rogue. That could be a possibility too. Rogue is a pretty strong class.
That's true.
To take out the Warrior.
Yeah, N'Zoth Warrior is a deck that does struggle against the aggressive strategies more, I would say. I do think Murloc Paladin was their best counter. Because even if, you know, if they win, the Murloc itself doesn't get countered very easily by anything. But yeah, it's still weak to strategies like Rogue. I mean, it can beat them. Again, it can stomp just about any deck given the right draws, but it's a scenario of reactive cards and answers versus proactive threats. So if Liquid has the answer for every threat of the aggro deck, you know, whether that's Tempo Rogue, whether it's like Token Shaman, then they're going to win. But if they miss the answer on any of the threats, they just lose on the spot. So
here are Tempo Storm's win, brought to you by Intel. We have pretty much even wins across the board, but it's not high enough, considering that right now they are still struggling in the league. And we'll see if they're able to get some big wins. One of the classes, of course, that they haven't gotten big wins on, or any wins, is Rogue. Rogue has definitely been a powerful class. Some people have banned Rogue from certain matches as well, but I'm sure that we'll be able to turn it around now, depending on what happens in Game 4.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised more people aren't picking Quest Rogue in this meta. I feel like there's a lot of decks that it does just hard counter. I suppose you would have to change your ban strategy significantly. Like, you'd probably have to leave Jade Druid up, which is pretty dangerous. But
do you leave Priest open too?
No, you definitely. Well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it is last hero standing. Even if you eliminate those 2 decks, I guess it's easy to get swept.
But then what do you yeah, so like if you leave those open, what do you ban? You ban anything that can start off?
I think you ban Rogue.
And right, you ban anything that can pressure the Quest Rogue significantly. So you ban Rogue and you ban what, Shaman?
Paladin maybe?
Paladin is probably it. Yeah, you're right.
Well, actually, you can run the double Hunger Crabs in Rogue. It's actually a fine matchup.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. And then you catch a team that's off guard that's not playing Pirate Warrior, for example. Like, they can't really pressure you. And then what other really good aggressive decks are there? Zoo, maybe?
Yeah, just pretty much just Zoo. I mean, that's a pretty slow aggro deck, too.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Here we go. Tempo Storm is going with Rexar.
Yeah. I would just keep this hand.
Galactic Crawler included?
Yeah. I'm not even sure if Alley Cat's worth keeping, but, I mean, might as well. You're going first. It's a lot of damage if they don't have the Armor Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if I could see the other team's hand, I would not keep that Alley Cat. But in the dark, I would full keep this. They are going to go with that. And, yeah, I mean, Savannah Hyman can get there, you know. Rexar can do some big stuff in this matchup, too. Definitely puts a clock in the Warrior deck to where, you know, they need to pressure you with N'Zoth before Rexar Hero Power outcards you. So there's definitely some ways for Hunter to get the win here.
Yep. We've been informed that Dog from Team Liquid has officially connected online, and he is available for Game 4 onwards. So Team Liquid gets a big addition there. And now we'll see if Team Liquid can continue to do well with this warrior. And I think one of the interesting things to note too is Sho is known as a control warrior expert, and Fino's even deferred to him several times. He says, "You're the expert. You do your thing," and Sho's made the right calls. He's listening and seeing what Team Love's going to do this game.
I guess we go slam into mountain fire armor.
Yeah.
I guess it's not bad, right?
Yeah,
It's
I like
not really
passing.
bad. Wait.
I actually like passing more. Or
I mean, if
The
they
thing
don't
is-
hit it though, we can start clearing stuff with the armor smith, and we also get that. Like we have a curve basically. If we go armor smith into slam into mountain fire, right?
Yeah, I actually like coin armor smith more. Thinking about it.
Me too. We can just start clearing
not
stuff
bad.
early.
Yeah, it's not bad to anything really. Because the thing is, we can get screwed over if we wait too long because of the death rattle, the one it'll proc with the blood razor. But I guess that's not that bad because we could punch it. But maybe they get like a me shot by that time. The kind of grandmother is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Which one? This is very important.
Cat.
Alley cat.
Oh,
Why?
Oh, yeah. Let's go with the left one. You want to keep cute cat
Let's
around.
go with the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I guess it's death rattle. Don't really want divine shield. It's not that great.
If we pick Divine Shield, they might think we have something, like because Divine Shield works very well with, for example, second adapt or Houndmaster. Is that relevant?
No, I think we want to take the spores and kill this off before the blood razor, right? But we're going face here still.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's too weak to whirlwind.
We can't full clear, so there's no reason to use it yet, right?
yeah, slam right.
Just wait, but I think
wait,
it's slam.
We never rat, so
Yeah.
Well, we're not ratting for a long time, probably.
yeah.
We
We're
have
not
players,
ratting
so there's no reason to. Yeah.
Okay, so next turn they either go berserk or they go like animal, right? Or bow, I guess.
Bow is kind of an issue if they go bow and down master.
Yeah, so I think
No matter what, we're slamming it though.
yeah, I agree.
There's just like no other play, unless you want to rat. But I mean, they might be running like you don't know what they're running, right?
Yeah, I think this is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, we just play that, I guess.
Is it good? I think we can develop the ones, right? Galaka and Alley Cat, and then if they don't have the whirlwind, because I guess the read is they don't have whirlwind because they would have played whirlwind instead of coin armor smith, right?
I think they will save Whirlwind for fishes if they have fishes. They have another card in his hand, in hand. There's too many Whirlwinds in this deck.
Yeah, but I don't think playing companion here does enough, right? It's like, what would we even want? Misha?
If we get Heifer and we kill the Armor Smith, it's pretty good, I think, because we still have a Death Rattle on board. If we get Misha, it's also good.
I think the read here is they don't have the whirlwind, Alley Cat, Galaka Crawler, because you would just whirlwind over Armor Smith, right? In most cases.
Not true.
And this way, if they play whirlwind here, we can also just bump Galaka and play companion, and then every companion's pretty decent against Blood Razor anyway.
Okay, I think so.
Well, Saiyan did make the right read. They did not have that whirlwind earlier, but they did top deck it last turn. And because of that, is going to be very, very strong here if they do opt for that line of play. Team Liquid, of course, going to be considering, should we Mountain Fire, go into like a Blood Razor? Is that a better way to do this?
They're worried about Houndmaster, right? Because Houndmaster kind of messes up some of the combat math for Whirlwinds.
Yeah, it seems like they don't really have a way to play around it, so they might be considering a cheeky dirty rat. They might be considering. I mean, that'd be the best. That'd be the best way for tempo, right?
Mm-hmm. But I don't know if they're like, even considering dirty rat at all from their conversations. I think they're all thinking about like, how do we keep losing this board? Because Hunter needs to keep pressing the issue.
Right.
Yeah, Team Liquid's debating a lot. Shows looks like he's talking before playing significantly here, trying to see if he can get all the lines figured out. And this is the cleanest way to just remove threats.
Yep, I agree with that line of play. I think it's definitely the best they had. Bear Shark's pretty terrible, because if they play it, Blood Razor turn 4 would kill their board. At this point, it's a scenario where you got to just Animal Companion and pray, and Misha would be pretty good.
To my side.
Always hover. Well, I suppose you attack the Armor Smith then?
For Battle Rage?
And another Whirlwind effect as well.
Ah, right, because they saved the damage from not killing off the Huffer. So,
Right.
yeah. Well, you pushed the 2 damage, but yeah, still the same difference, I guess. Blood Razor will clear off most of this. Team Liquid is looking good. Double Mountain Fire Armor, and that's pretty relevant for Team Liquid as well. They want to be able to grab board eventually from Hunter instead of just playing removal game, because eventually they'll run out of efficient removal with Savannah Hymen coming up on turn 6 for tempo.
Yeah, it's basically the best anti-aggro draw you can have. I mean, they had the greatest Armor Smith I've seen in my life, where he killed, like, 4 alley cats or something, 3 alley cats, and then Galaka, gain a bunch of life. But then you still have the good curve after that, right? You have the Blood Razor, which clears the board on turn 3. Doesn't always do that. You still have the Mountain Fire Armors to go after that, and test anything afterwards. And most importantly, you don't really have dead cards. So as the game progresses, you're going to draw your expensive cards later, when you can actually play them rather than right off the bat. Tempo Storm here, going to play Bear Shark, not too worried about bluffing, not going to full rope. And based on the fact that they kept that left card in their hand, Team Liquid should be able to read into the fact that that is Savannah Hymen.
Yeah, that they've been playing pretty much every card that they've been drawing, and they've kept all the cards since the beginning. Team Liquid has the Acolyte of Pain to add to the drawing. I don't know if they necessarily need it as much, considering that maybe they want to start flipping the board. Let's go ahead and tune in Team Liquid for this turn.
A punch and then armor, because he most likely has a Hymen, right? So how do we deal with a Hymen? The Mountain Fire Armor can trade in, then we can punch into the Bear Shark, and then we can clear the first part of the Hymen, except we take 8 that way. So it's up to you guys. Or we can dig for either a taunt or an execute.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, that Acolyte is 2 draws, and we also have the Seal Block, right? We also have Seal Slam. So I think I kind of like drawing, because we can deal with the Hymen, right?
Yeah, I like it. Like, also, it's risky to pass because of Handmaster.
But you didn't have Handmaster.
Yeah, he didn't have it. We don't.
No, but he could possibly draw it, right?
Yeah.
It's a good draw. All right, so are we leaving this Hymen up?
I think we do it. We just
Mountain Fire?
Yeah, that's how it works right now.
I want to Tundra Rhino here. Because Tundra Rhino is worth execute. How does he answer this Tundra Rhino if he doesn't execute? Like if he Whirlwind Fishes is... Huh?
He just goes armor up Shield Slam, right?
But how many Shell Slam do you think they run? Okay, if they Shell Slam the Rhino, they're not Shell Slamming the Hymen.
Yeah. I think it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so we play it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kill it.
Quickly.
Okay, so I guess they would still play this over Hymen, right? Or
No, they would play Hymen over this.
They'll play Hymen.
Yeah.
So we know it's not Hymen or Hydra, right?
So it's like deadly shots.
They might have played this over Hydra. That's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you play Hydra there, because they might be trying to bait the first execute.
Probably.
I think they might be trying to set up for an execute as well. I think no matter what, we're going with double Mountain Fire Armor though.
Yeah.
I really like double Mounted Fire here.
Yeah, it's bad against Bone Mare, but Bone Mare we can clear the Rhino if he Bone Mares.
Yeah,
We can go with Dire Horn 30 Rat. Kind of rough, but
yeah, it could be Bone Mare, it could be Rexar. I think I agree with you. I don't think they would Rexar here, would they?
They wouldn't Rexar in this case, so we can't get information. But before they might have Rexar'd. It's definitely possible.
Okay, it was Hyman. So
it was Hyman. Interesting.
Yeah. I guess they wanted to play around the execute.
That's just, I don't know, I guess. The Dire Horn, we can probably jam Rat, but if it's second Hyman, we might lose. What's a good pull for us? There isn't really a good pull, so maybe we just play Dire Horn and armor up.
I think that looks the best right now. Yeah.
What do you think, Sho?
Yeah, I like that. Because if he trades in, it's fine, right? We have armor gain. We can clear next turn.
Yeah, we have a lot of health gain, so it's fine. And he really can't get through this easily, right? His deadly shots are very buff now, in case he has it, because they played that last week.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out is just kind of how the dynamic changes with Dog in the mix for Team Liquid. You can kind of see the balance of opinions that really comes in. And one of the things that Dog's also fantastic at is kind of like working out the logic based off hand reads. It's something that he's done a lot. One of the first early adopters of it back in 2014 when he was making a big push for the America's Championship. Something that he was talking about and something that I really appreciate about him as a player. And I think it just shows why Team Liquid is one of the teams to be reckoned with here in the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Playing well. Tempo Storm's number of enemies in the match have doubled since Dog entered the fray. They are now up against Team Liquid and Dog's shirt, both doing their best to undermine their efforts.
It has a mind of its own, some people say. Sometimes it just comes off for no reason.
If only that were the case. Well, now we got some Fireflies. Pretty much exactly what you want with an empty hand on turn 8. I think they're going to just hero power here instead. It's going to do more damage than, or the same damage that the Fireflies would anyway. Yeah, this is really a game where Tempo needed to draw just more high-impact cards, basically. If that Firefly was like a Bone Mare, if that Bear Shark was a Houndmaster, if, you know, the Deadly Shot didn't always hit the worst possible minion, it would maybe be a little bit different. But, you know, to be honest, this is not a matchup you'd expect Hunter to win because, unfortunately for Tempo Storm, Liquid is playing a deck with cards in it.
Well, there is one card that I feel like could help Tempo Storm significantly, and it's a card that I would auto-keep in this matchup every time, and it's Deathstalker Rexar. That card, you know, as much as you may have been trash-talking Hunter and Rexar earlier, Raynette, I actually like that card a lot. It's my favorite one of the expansion. I love it.
Yeah.
It can generate infinite threats.
Yeah. I just don't like the normal Rexar. You know, the undead version is pretty strong. I agree.
Yeah, he's dope. Where's that deadly shot now? Oh! Wow, we might have a game. I mean, Team Liquid doesn't exactly have too much here. Let's go ahead and tune in and see how this works out.
Rexar, look for a beast. Hopefully it's like poisonous. And we need to just outvalue them and hope he doesn't draw Death Knight. Or not Death Knight, N'Zoth on the top, I guess.
Adapt.
Is Arthas good for a value card? Or is the Adapt better? What are the chances we have Beast remaining after this turn? Yeah, let's take Razor Maw. I guess that's the better chance. Arthas feels really slow anyway, right?
Razor Maw also have better stats.
Okay.
That's the poison. But I don't really want poison. They don't have minions after this, I think.
Yeah, so we take the Bloodworm, the bigger guy?
Sure.
Okay.
Jaw was shield block no matter what, right?
Yeah.
You can rat now. Wait. You can rat now and slam execute. whatever he drew, unless it's
Yeah,
unless
I think I like this.
Unless it's a bear shark combination. I think you rat here because
Yeah,
we're never gonna play it unless it's
right?
Yeah, we can get the Firefly and then go face and cycle the shield block number 2.
Oh yeah.
I think this is better. All right, so we go. Whoa, that thing's huge.
Yep. We kill it.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, we kind of gave him mana for free is the issue here, but whatever, it's fine. Face, yeah. 14 cards
You
left.
could have just adopted the beast though and get like deadly or something, right? So I think it's
Yeah.
For another like poisonous or something to deal with the 6/7. Kodo's not bad.
Yeah.
To deal with the 2/6, right? Yeah, we should pick it.
We can't play it this turn.
What? Okay. So we take Tiger, or do you take Bloodworm? I guess Tiger.
We take Tiger. Yeah.
Wait, wait. If we're playing Hydra this turn, do we need the lifesteal for later?
I wonder.
They just used the execute, so maybe the no execute for this guy.
Yeah, let's take the Bloodworm then. I don't.
Will be
like
a
to stop
9
this
health guy. Okay.
Ten mana zombie beast.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
We play armor smith first though, right?
Wait, do we shield block first?
Why?
I don't think we need to, right?
Yeah,
I guess
We're
we
gonna
don't
draw
need to.
3, right? But armor
Yeah,
smith.
go ahead and armor. Wait, do we want the? No, wait. The armor doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want armor.
The armor's irrelevant. Do we get rid of the beast or the 1/2? That's the question.
Beast, I think, right?
All right, go ahead and hit the beast, then. That's fine. The 1 armor shouldn't be relevant here. And chat's gonna spam order LUL, but it's okay. Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, this is very good.
I think we whirlwind to get damage. What do you guys
We
think?
play Acolyte too, right?
I agree.
Yeah, but I think we play armor smith here.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I think we whirlwind, and then I think we shield slam.
Yep. See what we draw.
We actually don't have to shield slam if we don't want to, because he gets more damage, but I think shield slamming's alright.
Yeah, because our 6/6 survives, right?
Yeah, we should just shield slam it, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. And then just go face, and then we'll eventually draw Deathstalk, our Nizak, and we should win.
We have lethal. If we get in 1 more damage over 3 turns.
We just go face with the guards.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, do you know how likely it is to get a taunt from Deathstalker? It's like very likely.
Also,
We cleared most off the board, so we should play.
We need to get our charge poison to clear the 6/6, but I don't think we can get that.
I mean, I don't think this 10 mana zombie beast is good enough at the moment, is it? Like, we can trade into the 2/3 and then kill one of the other things. And then hope it lives. There's a shield slam and 1 execute left. But they might just kill us. But it does have lifesteal.
They won't kill us. At least the next turn.
No, I mean, like, over 2 turns.
So what do you do?
Lifesteal.
Okay, we can Gamba.
Right now.
Adapt.
Adapt is good, yeah, let's take Adapt. Grub. So it fits in curve with Companion.
Okay.
Poisonous.
I'm the best.
oh god.
Oh, hello. We
battle raged, right? We start with battle rage.
I think I like drawing 4 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, drawing 4 seems good.
We could whirlwind also. It can be relevant, right?
Yeah, I think just we could have whirlwind, right?
But I think 4 cards is just.
I think we go for the 4 cards, and I think we're gonna play Surge Lord anyways.
Yeah, me too.
All right, just Scourge Lord. Yeah. I'm gonna disconnect a little bit, guys.
Yeah,
sure.
And rule meets ashes.
Wait, what does this beast have? Just okay, just a 5/7.
Yeah, I think we trade Acolyte, right? Draw an extra.
Trade Acolyte in the 5/3. Wait, what do you want to trade? In the one?
1/1 for an extra.
Yeah. Do that.
And we can go face with armor.
Sure. Yeah, I like it.
It's okay, Sam. I do the play for you.
Yeah, this was fine. The other way was guaranteed, I think. No, but yeah, this is still fine. Yeah, he's out of cards.
There's really not much choice.
Yeah, we can like Dead Man's Hunt. Do we need to Dead Man's Hunt actually?
We should. We have 1 card, right?
Wait.
We should just Shield Slam, Dead Man's Hand, or Dead Man's Hand first, Shield Slam, and then Whirlwind. Face with the X.
I'm just thinking if we like maybe don't want to add some cards in our deck.
Nah. I mean, we play Ansot next turn and just win, right?
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, this. Slam, Whirlwind. Yeah, seems good. We hit Smoke.
We could have played Doomsayer, but this sets up.
No. This sets up lethal, this is better.
If we get a taunt, we need a big boy, right?
So you want to go with Corpse Widow and then look for 2-mana taunt? No. No, it's only 5 attack, right?
Stone Charge Board doesn't do anything. Yeah. Wow. Consider.
Well, Team Liquid takes yet another game from Temple Storm, and now the wheels are starting to fall off a little bit. They're halfway to victory, and Temple Storm's foundering, not able to find a way. Hunter, as much as we were kind of joking about it before, really does look like it can't do much. Even the deck where you get to counter queue into Hunter was not even close to beating.
Yeah, I mean, that game was lost before it started just because they picked that class. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you can make some arguments for it being good against some of the slower mage decks maybe, but, you know, so is anything with an Eater of Secrets, you know. You could just play like 29 cards of a good class plus an Eater of Secrets and counter queue that. So still not really sure why Hunter's being played. Maybe they are playing all the crabs and they're trying to kind of, you know, Hungry Crab the Murlocs, Glockacrawler the Rogues.
Right, but why not wait till the Paladin gets played, then queue the Hunter?
Because they needed something aggressive that's decent against N'Zoth.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, it's not working out, and now Temple Storm has lost half their decks. But they still have some decent decks like Shaman and Rogue that can still do very well against most of the field. But then Team Liquid is just sitting and resting on their laurels, able to queue the best deck against them. So what will Temple Storm do?
Yeah, to be fair, you know, as much as I do rag on Hunter, and, you know, I don't think it was a good choice to bring for either team, that particular game, a lot of unfortunate things kind of happened that we didn't really talk about that kind of made it very lopsided, right? The turn that Tempo Storm kills Direhorn Hatchling, they immediately draw the 6/9. Like, if that shuffles on top of your deck every time, it's the best minion in the game. That really impacted it because it kind of rode that 6/9 to victory. Kind of ended the game a lot sooner than it otherwise would have, and there would have been more turns of Deathstalker or Exar had that not happened. Then their hand was almost empty, and they immediately drew Battle Rage, the single best card in their deck. And then their hand again was going to be almost empty, and they immediately drew the second Battle Rage. The second one's like you're more likely to draw because you have a smaller deck. So, you know, maybe if a couple different cards went a different way, they could have gone a different way, but that's Hearthstone in a nutshell, right? It's always something that different could happen, but yeah, hopefully the rest of the games are closer.
I do want to point out that
Who should I cheer for? My mind says Tempo Storm, but my heart says dog. Chat spam roo 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 roo.
Thank you, Trinity fan.
Yeah, shout out to all the Trinity fans in the chat. You know, one of the things about the two games that we just saw was that Tempo Storm also full kept their hand back-to-back games, and yet still things aren't going out their way. They kept full kept in the Murloc Paladin against the Warrior, and they full kept against the Hunter. And so it's one of those things too, where it's like, you know, things are just not falling their way, and they're also kind of deviating a lot from some of the plans that they're originally talking about. And now Team Liquid, under the guise of Show, the Control Warrior God, or one of the Control Warrior gods out there in Hearthstone, is crushing it. And now we get to see if Tempo Storm can stop the bleeding, or will they go down 1-4. We turn to a Warrior Mirror and see if Quest Warrior can get the job done.
Interesting. I wonder why they didn't play this earlier. Isn't this like a free win for Quest Warrior?
Is it? I gotta admit, man, I haven't really played much Quest Warrior since Knights of the Frozen Throne.
Well,
came out.
I feel like you just go off pretty fast, like turn, 9 or 10 pretty much every time.
Right.
And from that point, you're lobbing Ragnaros shots.
Sure.
Your opponent plays N'Zoth, and sure, they have infinite N'Zoths or 2 N'Zoths because of Dead Man's Hand, but you just brawl that, and then you keep throwing Ragnaros shots. I mean, in general, when in doubt, Quest Warrior is favored in control matchups, so wouldn't be too surprised to see it win here. But yeah, I suppose they tried to bring out Hunter there just to get a win with it, while they could. Maybe we didn't see some specific tech choices that would have made that kind of matchup good. Maybe there was like a Lich King in there. Maybe there was like double Bone Mare. Maybe it was very slow.
I'm pretty sure they had Bone Mare in there. It just seems like if there's one deck that you want to kind of put Hunter in, that kind of makes sense to stack stats and be proactive with, it's definitely Hunter.
Yep. But yeah, we'll see how this game goes. Seems like both players are playing the Armor Smith Battle Rage package, so hitting some card draw would definitely be key. Tempo Storm having 2 dead cards right now. You don't want that Ravaging Ghoul. You don't want the Armor Smith. Pretty much anything that says Taunt on it is good, especially Stonehill Defender. It's like the best card.
So then Team Liquid's hand has reasonable minions to play on curve. The Battle Rage is definitely one of the more important ones for them to also continue to dig through their deck. I wonder how much of a factor a Death Knight ends up playing in a matchup like this. It doesn't feel like it'd be that great, considering how taunt minions force you to attack in a specific way and doesn't allow you to get optimal AoE damage with Shadowmourne.
Well, when everything has taunt, nothing has taunt. So Shadowmourn's still pretty good. This hand is basically perfect from Liquid. They don't have N'Zoth, so they can't get dirty ratted. Their hand is card draw, threats, and a Dead Man's Hand. It literally cannot be better. There isn't a single dead card. But it can be better, but it's like fine, right? It's the Control Warrior mirror match is kind of interesting because it's like who draws less dead cards in a lot of ways gets a pretty big advantage. So, if you're seeing a lot of like Whirlwinds, if you're seeing, even like Executes, Shield Slam, Sleep with the Fishes, Brawl, like these are the cards that lose you the game. But there aren't exactly cards that win you the game. So Tempo Storm having 1 playable out of 4 cards. Pretty unfortunate to draw the Execute there. They're going to really be looking for like a Stonehill or a Curator to get going. But Battle Rage would be pretty good too.
Team Liquid, they wrote on turn 1 which nothing was going to happen, so they clearly are laying out their plans on how they use their curve. Let's go ahead and tune in and see if we can catch a bit of that conversation.
They were most likely playing the 1-4 guy, right? They didn't keep anything, so we can't have any reads on what their hand looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like winning that.
Just the roping every turn until top comes.
Yeah.
Alright, he's spectating.
Okay, he'll probably join Discord soon.
I think there's a bug. Do you know this bug? I cannot type to someone. Like, if I press enter, the text doesn't come.
I have no idea. Is dog online?
Yeah, he's specking, but he's not in Discord, right?
Alright. Yeah, he's probably coming now.
Is it so difficult?
So just Tar Creeper? Do we want to play the Tar Creeper? Or the Tar Creeper? Or the Tar Creeper? Ah, such a complicated term.
Okay, let's.
What's
I
the
want to.
play here, saying? What did you say?
I think you're right, Eloise. We should play the Tar Creeper.
No. We need to think more here. Oh, wait. I attacked her.
No.
Whoops.
They activated Battle Rage. That's kind of fun.
I actually don't hate Armor Smith here.
Yeah, I'm considering it too. Because if we shield block here, I guess we can shield slam still, unless they like play a weapon. Yeah, I don't hate Armor Smith. It might set up Battle Rage, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think we want to draw actually and like do a good Deathman's Con, like pressure them early or something. Try to get like Exhaust as fast as possible going.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, what other use is there for Armor Smith really, right? We're already on 29, so Battle Rage is already active, so we can just...
Yeah. I like it.
Armor made to fit.
Like, yeah, if you get like Whirlwind, we have Gavin, right? And
yeah, Whirlwind is very good here. Draw a lot.
So face?
There's nothing to execute too, I guess.
I mean, you could kill Armor Smith if you think it's worth it.
No, I want to execute.
Big boys later, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they have some big boys. So we just go face.
I agree. I don't think that's the kid's worth using.
Sam, are you falling asleep?
I mean, it's kind of resident sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that summarizes the matchup pretty well. This is a pretty slow matchup, and overall, Team Liquid doesn't really have a lot to pressure with, and Tempo Storm just continues to have the inevitable road to finishing the quest here.
Yep, we saw Eloise autopilot for a second and make that face attack with Armor Smith, which she immediately regretted. But
so that's like why you had to kind of stay vigilant, even though it seems like it's a slow and, honestly, for a lot of people, it's not a very exciting matchup. But you have to be careful because that one decision could end up costing you. That's an extra card from Battle Rage. That's an extra way for the Warrior to dig deeper and potentially find a way to beat you.
Yeah. On the bright side for Tempo, I mean, despite the fact that they did draw another Executes, another dead card, there have been a couple taunt minions picked up, so that does help the Quest Warrior cause. Unfortunately, these 2-attack taunt minions don't really line up well into this board from Team Liquid. I think Tempo is making the right play here. You do have to play the Armor Smith anyway, because if you draw another taunt minion, you just won't have time to play all of them otherwise. You need to do something this turn, so. Well, Nizoth picked up, wow.
Yeah, this is a big Battle Rage setup here for Team Liquid by playing the Armor Smith. The Ally Armor Smith, rather.
Yeah, drawing Nizoth is, I mean, both a good and a bad thing for them in this matchup. Drawing it is good in that it's strong against like a fast quest. It's really your only way to counteract that. But at the same time, it does run the risk of getting dirty ratted if Tempo plays that card. And I mean, if they're playing 2 copies of it in Control Warlock, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in Quest Warrior here too.
Yeah, that's really interesting that Team Liquid only shuffled this small amount of cards. Usually they want to shuffle a lot of cards. In theory, and the idea is Dead Man's Hands to extend your range as long as you can, but they only really valued the Nizoth. And they were shuffling even before drawing with Acolyte of Pain. So that's a pretty cool thing that, sometimes people always debate like the timing on Dead Man's Hand, but it seems like Show will show you the way, perhaps.
Yep. I mean, that is the card that matters, right? That's what's going to counteract the Ragnaros effect every turn, if you can get it off. So makes sense that they're prioritizing it.
You only want 3 cards.
Yep, they know that they're going to be drawing another card off of the Acolyte dying, so if they were to draw a 4th, they would have overdrawn by 1. So good play from Liquid. Seems like a pretty straightforward Ravaging Ghoul coming in from Tempo.
Do you kill the Armor Smith?
I
You give up
think-
a little bit of board presence yourself.
I think you do kill it. It's just like if your opponent sets up taunts and you have to make these awkward like whirlwind execute plays after that, it's going to be annoying. So I wouldn't mind seeing it get killed off here.
I don't think your life total really matters too much.
No, Tempo's life total doesn't matter at all this matchup.
So yeah, the Ally Armorsmith's value in terms of getting armor isn't as big, and I don't know how much pressure you can significantly generate with a 2/1 minion.
Yeah, this is a very unfortunate draw for Tempo, to be fair. Remember I said, like, there's no cards that just win you the game, but there are a lot of cards that lose you the game if you draw too many. I mean, they've drawn basically all of them at this point. The Armor Smith, 2 Executes, 2 Ravaging Ghouls. It's not that late into the game, but, you know, the lack of, like, Stonehill Protector and stuff like that is definitely hurting. Let's go ahead and listen into Team Liquid and figure out what they're thinking about this huge hand they have.
Valorant here. Yeah. It's been, like, really bad.
Whoa, he trades?
He trades.
He trades!
No.
Okay. Wow.
If we draw Sleep, Blood Razor.
Ooh,
I'm kind of scared of Curator next turn. So, I mean, we could jam Rat, but if we pull out Lich King, we can just lose, right? That's a very real possibility. If we pull out Lich King, we can't kill it.
Yeah. But the reward is sick, though.
We have like 2 Seal Slams, we have Executes.
I also like Dirty Rat on this board state. Like,
yeah, I like it as well. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I think it's fine. I mean, what else can we do?
It's Slam plus Blood Racer otherwise.
Also just
the 3/3.
We can also just Direborn and trade the 1/3 into the 2/1, which doesn't look that bad.
Yeah. I like Slam.
Okay.
Slam plus this.
Oh, that's actually very good that we drew this.
Yeah, we're just going to start jamming our Dire Horn soon.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of more effective to wait until we draw second is off, but that's not always true.
Why does he not hit? He doesn't want this the second whirlwind. He doesn't want the second whirlwind.
So you can just play Bloodhoof and then go Acolyte next turn, or do you want to draw a taunt?
I don't want to play Acolyte this turn. I want to Bloodhoof and pass.
Okay,
What do you think?
I think that's fine.
But I want to kill the Armor Smith.
Sure. Yeah, Bloodhoof, pass, kill Armor Smith.
I have an axe to grind.
Wow, we were at 3. We draw a little bit faster. They've only played 1 Mountain Fire Man, so we still have plenty of time and plenty of armor. We just need to deal with this this quest already.
Can I kill the Dark Reaper?
Is there a point in committing the Armor Smith? Does it help us with anything? Wow, that's a really good draw. Holy crap.
We're getting time, right? And Armor Smith doesn't really die to the board state.
So let's assume he has the Drake, right? He just jams Drake next turn.
Yes, he
How's the board
jumps
look
Drake.
after that?
He jumps Drake, kills our 3/6. His minion survives with 1. His armor smith is dead, and then he has a 4/8. And then we have an armor smith that's like.
Yeah, I like Direhorn Armorsmith. We need to dump our hands a little bit, anyways.
Same, exactly.
Yeah. Do we punch is the issue? That's the real question because the Drake kills it anyways, but he might not have Drake, right?
Yeah, I think we punch.
I think we punch. We have Scourge Lord anyways. We should punch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like.
It's looking pretty good for Team Liquid. They just picked up the second N'Zoth, and that's basically exactly what you want to do in this matchup. Play some Death Rattle minions, draw N'Zoth, cast him, and I mean, if you can get a dead man's hand and draw a second N'Zoth in the meantime, that's pretty much as good as it gets. That's going to make the board, fill up twice, basically negate the threat from the Warrior quest, and yeah, just kill the opponent in the process. So,
well, Tempestorm has an opportunity to actually leverage his execute for the first time in the game. You can actually use it to push damage.
Yep. They finally drew Stonehill, but if they get dirty ratted, it's going to be absolutely brutal for them. This is a very key draw. Basically the best card they could have seen. Right now, the main issue for Tempo is that they are just so far behind on building the quest. They drew 2 Executes, they drew 2 Ravaging Ghouls, they drew Whirlwind, they drew Armorsmith. They drew everything they don't want, except for, like, Sleep with the Fishes, basically. So because of that, their quest is just at a much smaller number than it should be at this point in the game. So, I mean, they're probably going to get N'Zoth before they finish their quest. That's definitely not the scenario you want to be in. Like, the Quest Warrior deck is kind of the aggressor in the matchup.
Well, Team Liquid hasn't seen the Curator, which always would get played if their opponent had the ability to play it on the 7 in most cases, unless they're about to die. And now Team Liquid has an opportunity to play Direhorn and set up for their N'Zoth as best as they can. Doomsayer is kind of a liability for Team Liquid because they are aware of their opponent's ability to Dirty Rat as time goes on. So when they play N'Zoth, their opponent can just Dirty Rat and pull it out, but then they have a second N'Zoth to offset that.
Yep, Direhorn coming down. Makes sense. There we go. One more of those and one more Armorsmith, and at that point, all of Tempo's cards in the deck will be things they wish they drew earlier. Let's listen in.
Let's listen in before before Raynette kills all of us with salt overdose.
Do we care about fishes?
Yeah, I do want to keep drawing too, though. Sure, let's do it. Whirlwind start?
Yep.
That's not good here. Stonehill?
Is it really? Okay, I guess it's bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
sure.
Stonehill. End up executing this, right?
I don't want to execute this. So we go the 2-drop. So next turn we can go 2 plus 8.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to hit, like, trade here.
Okay, that's fine too, yeah.
Get this board. Do we want to play Rat here? Can we clear if we play Rat? You got a taunt, right?
I don't hate playing Rat.
Yeah, me neither.
I really... You don't want to play Rat?
No, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. I like Rat as well. I think we start with it.
Yes.
I don't like Direhorn this turn.
Me neither.
I think we're Rat, yeah. Alright. Hopefully it's not like so up.
There or something.
That's pretty good. That's nice. Yeah, I think we
want to set up Doomsday, right?
Yeah. I think we would just want to cycle the slam because we're going to play N'Zoth into N'Zoth anyways.
Yeah.
Do we really need it? I mean, I guess what's the point of using it? I was going to say slam the 2/6, punch in, Whirlwind, and then play Doomsayer.
I think I like this more.
Yeah.
We don't really need those cards, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just do that, I guess. It's fine. Kind of sucks we waste so many activators, but we have Scourge Lord, so I don't think it really matters at this point. Yeah. Whirlwind, punch into the 2/3. Play Doomsayer, armor up, and then
This is very good, actually.
Yeah. And then hopefully we draw a Battle Rage within like 2 turns, because our deck's gonna get polluted with these 69s.
Yeah, but does it really matter though? I think we'll have enough like gas already, right?
Yeah, he's not gonna have pressure on us is the thing. And these 6/9s are really good against the Rag Hero
sick.
power, because
Yes,
because 9's the magic number, right? Against 9 critters.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What now?
Where are our dirty rats? It's so good. Like, we just win, right? If we just pull it.
So they have double hatchling died and the 3 mana guy died.
Yeah. I think we just play the Dire Horn. We need to finish this quest fast. Agreed.
Lower.
Yep.
Oh my god, this is disgusting. Yeah, just go.
Oh, play the left one. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
So Drake execute.
Sure. Yeah, Drake execute the Nazoth.
And then play a Dire Horn.
Yeah, I like Silver Dire.
I like drawing with Shield Slam first and seeing what we get. Shield block.
Shield
And then
block.
we'll play one Dire. Yeah. One Shield block was what I meant. And then we'll play one
seems
Dire
good.
Horn. Yeah, Shield Slam's fine. And then one.
I don't
Dire
want to
Horn.
kill our minions, so we'll like force him to kill this.
Yeah, exactly. And he's out of Whirlwind effects aside from the Blood Razor, so he has to go Blood Razor Sleep to really clear, and he has to like have an answer for the 6/9 also.
Yeah, he's already played 2 ghouls and 1 will win. Oh, he doesn't have that many.
Yeah.
Should send get started.
What are the chances they have another minion? Like, not super high, right? We could Dirty Rat after.
We need the quest.
Right, but we can Dirty Rat after we Whirlwind.
You mean
Or do you, like, what is the minion gonna be? I think they just, for the most part, it's gonna be like a Dirty Rat or a Doomsayer, maybe? They don't have that many minions left.
I wonder.
Maybe. Okay, whatever. Let's just do it first. If it's a small one, we can kill it. Never small minion. Okay, so let's ruin fishes and then we go for self-hearings.
Oh yeah.
Did you get here, Baron?
Don't worry. But maybe I should hit there. Not sure.
Animation length isn't something to joke about. That's something that actually got hotfixed yesterday because the Anduin hero power was animation was taken away too long, so gotta be quick.
Yep. If Tempo managed to pull the Nazoth out with the Dirty Rat there, that may have let them win the game, but even the 50-50 can't go their way there. This is looking like Team Liquid is going to close it out with the army of Direhorn hatchlings. Death by Triceratops.
Sounds painful. It's a lot of horns.
Yeah. Well, Tempo doesn't really have too many options. I mean, they drawing like a Primordial Drake here, I suppose, was the out, something like that. And as much of an out as anything can be at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they can take a turn or two to punishment.
Yeah.
Have they used brawls yet?
Speak to me.
They have not. So
There must only be like one in the deck, I would guess.
Could be, yeah.
I love that card in this deck. I wish I could play 3 personally. It's,
yeah, it surprised me so much that people wanted to cut Brawl. It's so much synergy across the board.
Yeah, it's just like your only tool against so many matchups too. Like you play against like Warlock Zoo or you play against Murloc Paladin. You really do need it to win. And hey, no matter how far behind you are, there's always some kind of brawl that can get you out. But all right, they're gonna opt not to attack.
Yeah, that's
Fake
pretty
the
obvious.
disconnect.
Fake DCs has only worked one time in Hearthstone, and it wasn't even that stealthy. It was like it didn't even work very well. The opponent just played it out. It was Zalay versus Life Coach. Zalay had such an awkward aggro shaman draw that he decided to pretend to rope out. Life Coach played it out, and Zalay ended up winning the game with his first card being played was Doomhammer.
Wow.
Yeah. It was one of the most interesting and crazy games I've ever seen. And
Those are kind of the plays you only see from Magic players, man.
well, what was really funny was the admin was like, was typing to Zalay, did you DC? And Zalay's like, no, I didn't DC, play on. And then Life Coach was like, should I play on? They're like, yeah, play on. So after that turn, Life Coach knew that it was not the case, but Zalay kept roping as if it was, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Hey! Well, then.
My God, are they in the game?
Yeah, I mean, that looks like they're in the game.
Huh. Okay.
It's 12 life, though. It's a lot of time.
Definitely push the button before attacking. If you attack at all. Yeah.
Might as well draw.
Yeah, you never sleep here. Rathian's okay. Gastropod probably not going to cut it.
Only thing about Rathian is it just gets stopped. I guess everything gets stopped by the warrior weapon.
Yep. Best weapon in the game. Standard 50-50, and it's going to pass back to Liquid, where they have even more Triceratops.
Just when you thought they were done.
Yeah, let's listen in and see what they're thinking.
Battle Rage was important because if we draw the Battle Rage, we can just draw our entire deck, and then we have threats every single turn, right?
Yeah.
Just but they punch there. I'm not sure if I like that. That means they have Drake.
Oh, there's a Battle Rage. There's a Battle Rage.
We could draw extra.
Yeah, we Dire Horn and then we Battle Rage, right? Dire Horn Whirlwind Battle Rage because it's just a free cycle.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I would prefer drawing right now.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
We use the hero power, right?
No. Because if we top deck second Battle Rage, we can play it.
Oh yeah.
Is the Whirlwind relevant at all? Like, what is it gonna do?
I mean, it could. Nah, I'm not sure. Probably not.
I don't think it's relevant, actually. You might be right.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I would rather just be able to play the second Battle Rage a lot of times.
Alright, sure.
We save execute for sure, right?
Yeah, probably.
And poke.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, poke. Poke the bear, go face.
Bumping was fine. So we do this, fishes, and the hero power.
Sure.
I must remain hidden.
Cyan, don't fall asleep.
I'm not falling asleep. This
Oh,
game.
yo, Monka
Oh,
Omega.
do you draw the Drake? PogChamp.
Let's see. Yeah, we use the weapon the sleep with the fishes. So if you play 6-9, we can always like Blood Razor or like Primordial Drake. It's all fine.
How do you feel about just jamming both of them?
Yes.
Yeah, just jam both, right?
The only downside... Actually, wait.
We have the Whirlwind, right?
We're
Yeah, but
saving
then
the
it
weapon,
doesn't
but
die.
they have a higher chance to hit the Dire Horn. Do we want
Yeah, but we
it?
have so many, right? We just need to end the game. They're 18. And if they play another taunt, like we can just... The Shadowmourne gets even more value.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I think I just like playing both.
You like that?
What about you, Fino?
I'm not 100% sure here. Let's take some time. We can even like go hero power, shield block, and kill this thing and just play 1, and then they can't really deal with the 1, right? Unless they play second Whirlwind or they draw the weapon. And then they still have to take the damage.
But they're gonna play another taunt, right? That's the issue.
But we can execute it, right?
Yeah, play 2,
play both.
I guess.
Play both. Yeah, just play both. Because they still have to draw the Whirlwind effect here.
Yeah.
So it is bad to the Blood Razor, but they have to commit the mana to Blood Razor.
Okay.
So they still have Doomsayer and do they run double Doomsayer?
I think it's just 1.
Just 1. So I think their only minion left is Acolyte. Besides that, it's all 6/9.
Yep. I don't want to develop the Drake into the weapon, so maybe it's like Armorsmith, Blood Razor, and Hero Power.
Mm-hmm. I wish they play second Doomsayer.
I know 50-50 the percentage-based attack, though. Yeah, and then we just jam second, punch in, jam second 1, and we're pretty happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also shield block, right? Yeah.
Yeah, shield block first.
Another big boy. Nice.
Oh.
I forgot we copied him. We're actually kind of running out of threats here. It's kind of scary.
They don't have any life gain now, though. But that's 12 damage. So we just
They've
need
used
to connect
both armor smiths. Yeah, they might have 1 shield block at most, probably.
Okay, has another one.
I hope so. Let's play Dirty Rat Brawl. Is it better than Drake? Should be, right? We need Dirty Rat to brawl to win this turn. Hopefully he has another one in the hand. He has, how many has he played? He recently 4, 6, 7. And this is the 5th one he's played. There should be like 2 or 3 more, right? And there are 10 cards left. I mean, we certainly can't wait a turn on it. Like, I don't think the Drake plays that good, is it? Now we brawl, then?
Do we?
Yeah, we need to brawl and, like, have the Dirty Rat win. This is the best odds of winning.
Well,
Reynad.
Reynad. I'm such a bad player.
Smork.
That's interesting. Armorsmith. Wait, so I haven't seen any execute yet. I want to play Drake. I think my Armorsmith is much better.
Okay, and then we hit him in the face, right?
Yes.
A shield slam. We draw that, right? We never save it.
We execute this, right?
Yeah,
wait, what do we draw into?
We can draw into shield slam, and then we can utilize the armor before we lose it.
We're not going to lose all the armor. You can't do that much damage. Just use the execute, hit him in the face.
Yes, okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Do you want to save battle rage?
Yes,
we can save it, yeah. There's no reason to use it right now.
How many minions do we have? We have Acolyte.
We have like 3, I think, at
We have Acolyte, Mountain Fire.
Yeah, and then 3 of the other things, or 2 of the other things, I think. The thing is, I think he's going to die to fatigue.
Yeah.
I think you play both, yeah? Around the last execute.
I have another Razor Blade Blood Razor.
We have one more Blood Razor in the deck, yeah.
Yes. I guess we also we don't have execute left.
I mean, yeah, this is the last stand. You just have to play both to play around removal.
I mean, I just don't know if we hit face or not.
Oh, no.
Do we want to take the damage on that?
I don't see why not, right? We just hit and sleep. Wait, let's think about it. Hit, sleep, this goes to how much HP? So it goes to 2, right? So we need to sleep again?
No, we can play Blood Racer.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
we can
right.
play Blood Razor, right?
Okay, so hit, sleep, Blood Razor.
You hit the right one, yeah. You hit the right one, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to give them armor.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, Blood Razor. Wait, do we want to whirlwind?
Nice.
Do we want to develop the Mountain Fire armor? So we
can't.
Yeah, maybe we should just use Second Sleep. That's fine, whatever. I mean, the hero power would knock it down. This is probably better. Plus, we get a draw next turn. So
Yeah,
better. Yeah, just pass. I say there's no way we can lose. Actually, I don't know if we can lose, really. I think Fatigue might just kill him.
No, we don't lose. She doesn't have any more life gains. She just dies of fatigue. She doesn't have enough time. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Yeah, me too.
Fatigue Warrior is back in action, and that is 4 in a row for Team Liquid, as they are 2 games away from just 6-0ing Tempo Storm with N'Zoth Control Warrior. Working out really well so far, and I think, it's a combination of a lot of things. It's the fact that maybe Warrior should not even be alive, but even past that, I think Team Liquid is playing phenomenally, playing all corners and making sure to cover every case, and also some fortunate draws. So when you kind of mix that thing together, it's kind of an unstoppable force for anything in card games.
Yeah, you really got to give credit to them. They haven't really misplayed at all. They're playing a solid game, and yeah, definitely deserve the wins they're getting. They're not 6-0ing because Tempo actually has a win, by the way. But
sorry, when I said 6-0, with the Warrior.
With the Warrior. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, the deck's really performing well. I really think that that Murloc game was Tempo's chance to beat it, and I'm surprised they didn't immediately cue Quest Warrior into it either, honestly, because that matchup looks super good for Quest Warrior. Yeah, that was definitely a rough game, though, from Tempo's side. You got to be salty about that one, It's a matchup that they go into. They're pretty favored. And
he said that as Eloise comes on camera with the salty T-shirt.
That's an awfully nice T-shirt.
That was a 35-minute game. Hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was brutal, man. Even down to the end, after 2 N'Zoths, perfect Dead Man's Hands, them getting Quest online, 5 turns after average. Despite all of that, on that Dirty Rat Brawl turn, Tempo was over 60% to win the game, I think, because you have that 33% for the Dirty Rat to win the Brawl, and then even if it loses the Brawl, you have the 50% that you hit the Triceratops. And if you do both of those things, then Team Liquid's left with nothing but removal and Scourgelord Garrosh. And the fact that they got that Triceratops hit in from it surviving really just made the difference, because if that board does get cleared there, Tempo just cannot lose from that position, I think, because it was the last minion in their deck. So, but yeah, working out well for Liquid, and we'll see if they can keep it up. This is, if they got past Quest Warrior, it should be all uphill from here. I definitely don't think Tempo has a better deck than that against this Warrior deck.
Well, they have Tempo Rogue, a deck that can beat anything. And we'll see, one, we'll see who's on the play right now. It looks like Rogue is on the coin. And can Tempo Storm get more wins? I think even if you feel like the series is a lost cause, you shouldn't give up, because being able to win as many games as you can, bringing it to 6-3, 6-4, is much more important than just rolling over and hoping the series gets finished fast.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. I doubt they're giving up. At the end of the day, it's Hearthstone, right? Anything can 6-0. If N'Zoth Warrior can do it, Rogue can do it.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, back when Trinity Series first started, our very first match in Season 1, Paladin was in an awful spot. This was back when Mean Streets of Vika Gadgetsian was out.
Right, I remember
And
that time.
It was like, Paladin was just unplayable. It was pretty much Pirate decks, Reno decks, and Jades. And so, the very beginning, G2 starts off with Murloc, anything can happen Paladin, and it sweeps everything. It sweeps Reno Warlock, it sweeps Pirate, and this was like an Aggro Shaman was still good. It beats Aggro Shaman, it beats Pirate Warrior, it beats Jade Druid. It was like, what is going on?
Ooh. All right.
And there you go. That's the beginning of a comeback.
Let's see if Tempo can skillfully navigate this hand into a win. To be fair, it's a pretty good hand from Liquid too.
Yeah.
And if there's one deck that doesn't care how broken your draw is, I mean, it's anything that's extremely control heavy. You know, one Brawl doesn't care how big your minions are.
True.
Sleep with the Fishes kind of care. But
another thing too is that the things surrounding the Keleseth is also looking kind of all in. Like the thing about Keleseth and Shadow Step, it's kind of like the Wild Growth effect, where while it's great to power up for future turns, if your hand is really small, you're going to have very limited plays.
Yeah, that Cold Blood is not what they wanted to see there either. I mean, luckily they didn't drop patches. That was like the nightmare scenario, basically. It still can happen. A big part of the reason why Prince Kelseth is so broken is because of the interaction with patches. Because after you play Kelseth, the patches you pull out does get the buff on it. So, you know, your Swashbuckler summons a 3/3 charge, which is like the equivalent of a 4-mana minion. So, you know, there's still a scenario here where they draw patches before they draw another pirate, even though it is unlikely. And in that kind of scenario, you know, I think even with double Kelseth, it wouldn't get there. But I mean, with that said, it's still a good start. You know, heads up play from Tempo, not just jamming the Prince turn 1. They want to make sure they don't mess up their curve in getting him out. All right.
Yeah, there's even argument for even holding on to the Kelseth. If they didn't have backstab, you could always use a Shadow Step Kelseth to play at the beginning of turn 3 in SI.
Right.
So it's like definitely a lot of nuance that goes into this Rogue deck, even if some of its setups are just auto win or quote auto win.
Yeah. So we got this Mountain Fire armor awkwardly with 3 life. Because of that, Temple Storm has a lot of incentive to hero power, and luckily they drew a 1-mana Totem Golem with upside to weave in addition to that hero power. So I do expect the Firefly backs to have hero power.
Man, 1-mana Totem Golem. This power creep's getting out of control.
Well, let's listen in on Team Liquid and see how they're going to stop the Firefly menace.
You got a lot of armor.
Execute the Firefly.
Just dirty rat it, right? I don't know. What do we do?
I'm totally down to Dirty Rat. This game looks... They also have the 1-2, right? We know that they have the 1-2.
Yeah, just dirty rat. I don't care.
I'm totally down to Dirty Rat.
This guy's toast.
Not bad.
Easy. Play Armor Smith. Yeah.
They hit the side. That's kind of weird.
Well, they kept us eye because they kept Prince, right? So
No. They only kept the side.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
That's very weird.
We just go face, right?
Smork.
Yeah, go for it. Because we want them to be alive for the Dire Horn, anyways.
Yeah, they kept SI because they had backstab, right?
No, they only kept the
Oh
side.
yeah, they kept 1. Yeah. Yeah.
Tar Creeper, Cold Blood, probably.
Cold Blood, the Firefly?
Yeah.
And kill Wild is... We don't lose too much to fishes.
Yeah, I think killing 1 is fine.
Yeah, fish is good here.
Just
Like,
fish,
we might
right?
just... Well, are we not going to execute the Tar Creeper? Like, how are we ever going to kill that Tar Creeper? Are we hoping we top deck a Whirlwind later to kill, like, something else? I don't know.
Yeah, I like executing it. Actually.
I mean, at some point we kind of just have to go all in. We already drew Nazoth, so if we just get lucky and, like, top deck a few minions and then play Nazoth, maybe we win. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good game plan.
What do you think?
Execute, I think.
I'm thinking. I guess we kind of have to execute, right? Because will we get a better chance?
Yeah, that's exactly my philosophy.
The thing is that if we don't execute, no.
We're just leaving stuff up on board and hoping we top deck a brawl at that point.
Well, we know their hunt. One is coin, the other one is the 1/2 Firefly, and then it's just a
so they have
random
nothing,
card.
right?
Yeah, they
so
have
maybe
nothing.
they like top, yeah. So maybe we just go with sleep, trade, execute. Yeah.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter the order.
Wow.
I don't think I have problem with that.
Skill Bane. Fish.
I want to coin a Firefly.
Coin of Firefly?
Yes. They just used a lot of styles.
Yeah, okay. And then we still have another token if we draw like Boss Spine, right? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, this game is looking pretty one-sided there. Tempo Storm able to draw Totem Golem at its worst.
Yeah, this is brutal. I mean, double Kelseth being fun and interactive as it is on ladder here. Just super one-sided so far.
You know what's so funny is that let's assume that Hunter was a good matchup against the Zod board. That means Tempo Storm had 4 decks deep covered that can actually win. It's like very winnable or good matchups against it.
So I want to find out how this interaction works. I think it's still a 1/1.
It says summon a 1/1 copy, so I imagine it's the same thing.
Maybe the buffs go on afterwards. I don't know. Maybe we got some stacking issues. They're gonna opt to keep the Scalebane healthy. Makes a lot of sense. You don't want that to die to
1/1 Vicious Fledgling.
The fishes, maybe. Yeah. That Wind Fury.
That's pretty funny. Just keep getting, and it becomes Young Dragonhawk.
Would you play a 1-mana 1/1 Vicious Fledgling?
Oh yeah, in some decks like Hunter, for example. Hunter could definitely use that.
No, it'd be pretty weak to like coin hero power from Rogue though.
That's true.
Like Mage.
That's true. Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, it's just because at first thought you think yes, but
together with Blood Imp, I guess it'd be nuts.
The new meta: Young Priestess, Vicious Fledgling. That's probably going to be a Tavern Brawl eventually. Like, all your minions are 1-mana 1/1s.
Yeah. I mean, Vicious Fledgling is like the slayer of AI, right? Like, that's the, when people are doing like the Lich King raid and stuff like that.
You just do Vicious Fledgling attacks.
Right, I mean, yeah. See, the 5/5 Bone Mare wouldn't be that good, but I think because it has the buff, it's pretty strong on turn 7.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why. One execute's been used. They've seen it sleep with the fishes. All I have to do is just to make sure to play around any removal they can and just hit face.
I would expect them to play nothing here, to be honest. There's a scenario where they play this Bone Mare, then they get brawled, and then they top deck like a Shadow Step and then just have nothing. Or we can just do this. I mean, honestly, it's really close. Like,
yeah, I prefer to give them one less turn to draw that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah, this does change the clock by turn, so that's a good point. This is definitely the better play. They're,
oh my god.
It's the best Scalebane hit. They're making sure they don't buff the Scalebane because they would rather have the Barnes be the one executed.
Team Liquid believe. Okay. That helps
Shield
keep them alive.
Slam. That can kill Prince Kelsa.
They can kill Barnes too, as well. They want to swing into it.
And that is the play.
Ouch. Ooh. You're also dead.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
if Tempo Storm does that 4 more games in a row, they can take this pretty easily.
Yeah, you're right. If they draw like that, they will win the series 6-4.
There's not a lot to say in those Kelseth Shadow Step games.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much that needs to be said by us. The players don't even need to say much. Half the time, they're just talking about other stuff, like making jokes or talking about their plans for TwitchCon this weekend.
Yeah. Eloise is streaming from my kitchen right now. I actually have boxes upon boxes, like 3 feet away from her, full of Tempo merch that we're gonna have at the booth there. You should grab one of.
Wow, really?
If they do manage to reverse sweep this after that start from Liquid, Eloise should grab one of those salty shirts and give it to Dog this weekend. That's what I want to see.
Because he won't have a shirt on, right?
Well, because it says salty on it, and it will be fitting.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
That would be a great way to trash talk. But at the same time, it's not on the Trinity Series broadcast, so people wouldn't understand, I guess.
No, that's true. Well, that's a lot of Warrior wins. And it's finally been toppled. I mean, Team Liquid is going to have to show another deck.
That's right. Dog, of course, was supposed to be piloting the Warrior, hence why he was driving so much of the decisions. But, of course, Sho was playing in his wake, and Dog, I think, is traveling. So I think Sho might continue to sit in for Dog. Trump, of course, if you guys have missed it, is not available this week because he is in the middle of flying to TwitchCon. And that brings us to Game 7, where Team Liquid can now choose whatever they want to take down the Rogue. They have a Shaman, which seems to be a popular class choice.
Right.
They still have Warlock available, too.
And I don't think they played Mage, did they?
No, they both excluded Mage from their lineup.
For Hunter instead, yeah. So this is actually the interesting part. I think Warlock, like of the classes listed, I think Control Warlock is the only deck that's legitimately favored against Kelseth Rogue. All the other decks are kind of 50-50, you know? That Token Shaman's kind of a 50-50. Like pretty much most of the classes Rogue should stand a reasonable chance against, with the exception of Control Warlock. And even then, right, maybe they're playing like a Mountain Giant build, a little, you know, not as removal heavy. In which case, that match would be pretty close as well.
Yeah, we'll find out what Team Liquid feels best counter to it. And it seems like, once again, they're going to go to Shaman. And, you know, the Shaman does have the edge against Rogue a lot of the times, but I have seen Rogue win more and more of those games.
Right.
When you have a hand with Firefly and J-Claws, though, that is kind of the start that you want. So that probably should be good enough for Team Liquid to secure the early lead. But, I mean, I've seen Rogue make those comebacks, so let's see what Tempo Storm's got.
Yeah, it's one of the first games today where we're seeing an opening hand Jade Claw in the Shaman deck. I mean, that card is just, honestly, maybe the best opening hand card in the deck, period, to have. It wins you the early game in most matchups, especially because after Knights of the Frozen Throne, the early game minions in Hearthstone became so much weaker. You're seeing a lot of turn 1/1/2s. You're not seeing Tunnel Trogs anymore. You're seeing, like, River Crocodilus be the best 2-drop. And, you know, in that kind of meta, you know, Jade Claw just becomes an absurd card when it was already good before that. Tempo here is actually opting to get rid of the Tar Creeper, which is an interesting choice. It's one more look for a Kelseth, but it means that their turn 3 play might be a little bit on the weak side. And they're also opting to play Firefly instead of Swashbuckler without a moment's hesitation. So it's kind of interesting.
You like the Swashbuckler in that instance?
No, I actually think the Firefly is the better play. You don't want to get Coin Maelstrom portaled. You want to maybe play the Pirate after you get a Sousy Captain, something like that. Holding off here is definitely a lot more reasonable. And if your minions survive, together with your dagger, you're going to be able to kill just about any opener out of Team Liquid. The one advantage to the Swashbuckler, I guess, is that they can't coin Primal Fin, but they just wouldn't do that into a Swashbuckler anyway. But yeah, I mean, you're expecting your opponent to play like a Bloodsail Corsair turn 1, or like a Firefly, something like that. And against that, your hero power is pretty good. Even coin Jade Claw, you know, hero power the guy down, have a decent curve.
Yeah, well, Team Liquid's got those Fireflies, also got the Jade Claws. The advantage of these Fireflies is it continues to build up your board while softening up the mana curve with things like Jade Claws.
If we do see this game go longer to the point of Cairn coming down, it's kind of interesting that that card is a little less effective against Shaman just because of how good Devolve is against it. Not just because it gets rid of the Death Rattle, but because the average 5-drop is so weak right now in the game. There's a lot of Bomb Lobbers, a lot of Doppelgangsters, a lot of weak cards to hit. Oh, sorry, not Bomb Lobber, Bomb Squad.
Yeah. That actually kind of works too. Bomb Lobber, which is a 3/3.
Yeah. Is he in Standard still?
Nah, he was like a Goblins vs. Gnomes card. It was very early on. So Team Liquid accounted for the dagger, and that is why their Firefly should stick onto the board.
Yep, Tempo Storm might have to drop the Swashbuckler. I wouldn't be too surprised to see them replace their Shadow Step with a random card from Shaman at this point. Your hand's kind of clunky. You're looking for some key plays over the next few turns.
Is there any spell damage minions in
There are not.
No.
So.
Okay.
They might still hold on to Shadow Step. I mean, it is playable on that Bone Mare. But I mean, if you're Bone Maring on 7, you still have control of the board. You're probably winning that game anyway. Yeah, and on the same token, though, they already have a 5-drop, a 6-drop, a 7-drop. What card could they get off Swashbuckler that they would actually play? It would have to be something that they can play next turn only.
Flame Wraith Faceless.
Yeah, definitely some tough decisions here. I can see it from both sides here for Tempo. It's not an easy call to make.
At the same time, Shadow Step is 0-mana draw a card, which is kind of hard to pass up too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot worse than draw a card. It's draw a random card.
Okay.
So, sometimes you're going to get the mightiest of totems and be a little bit salty.
Sure.
But let's go ahead and check in on Team Liquid, see what they're talking about.
That's very good.
Yep.
What do you think about... We just go all in here with Fireflies, and the next turn we Totem Evolve, and then we Thrall, right? Or do we wait for Doppel Evolve?
I think Doppel Evolve seems super strong, because I think we have to save for it. I don't think we need to go triple Firefly here.
Isn't it better to go triple Firefly here, and then just fight for board, and then we'll get our Doppel Evolve off, smoother? Or is that not true?
Yeah, but the thing is that if we go triple Firefly now, we can't, we don't have a play for next turn. That's the only concern I have. If we had something for next turn, I would always do it.
But doesn't he just kill our totem for free and leave out the Firefly, and then we're in the same boat? Except
then we just go Firefly totem again.
Yeah, but he develops and then we don't do anything. I guess we kill off his. Just do what you want. I think either are fine.
Yeah, I think.
If worst comes to worst, we can always devolve before.
Sure, what do you like?
I like double Firefly here.
Triple, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, triple, yeah. Because he kills the totem for free.
Yeah. That was my only concern, killing the totem for free. And the odds we top deck something are pretty high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Almost all our deck is playable, actually.
They used all the cards they kept as starting hand, so they didn't keep. I mean, we only wreck by Flame Tongue, right?
Yeah.
There's really no other choice. So we just play these, right? 1 to 3.
I think so, yeah. The Shadow Step's good with deckhand later on. I don't think we're stepping in for Swashbuckler.
Wait, we're playing Dragon next turn. We're carving out Dragon into Bloodhoof into Bone Mare. We're carving out, so...
Yeah. I guess you have to go in, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And hope that it's not Jade Lightning.
I mean, Flame Tongue is pretty bad too.
Totem, trade, phase, yeah. Easy. And if anything lives, I guess we Thrall.
Mm-hmm. Nah, things will leave, I think. Unless they have deck count, assign something. But will they assign last turn? Maybe not.
Probably gonna play Scalebane here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the most.
Yeah. And then he can kill off the spell power for free. Question is, what do we do? I guess we just evolve. Or I guess we just
Thrall.
Thrall.
You don't like Thrall?
No, I mean Thrall, yeah, that's what I meant. Evolve with Thrall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we have plays, we can go Thrall into double evolve into Eye or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I think that's what I would do.
Yeah, Devolve is good against Bone Mare later as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, RNG, guide us.
The frozen heart of the scourge.
This is actually very good.
Those are sick. Jeez.
Those are sick.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Okay, turn 6, Cairn.
Turn 6, we just destroy them. Yeah, Cairn. Easy game, easy.
That Devolve pickup for Team Liquid being pretty good, actually. Thunderstorm sitting here with a Cairn Bone Mare Edwin hand. And Devolve's going to be pretty strong against all of those. And yeah, I know these Shadow Step's not going to do too much. You got to wonder, was it right for Tempo to Shadow Step that Swashbuckler the turn that they played it earlier on?
Yeah. There is still a lot of ways they can get value off that Shadow Step later on if they pick up a powerful card, or if they need to get more Bone Mirror value, or if some weird shenanigan happens where Devolve gives them a card worth using the Battle Cry again. That is where some of the fun aspects of the game starts coming up here.
Yeah.
But for now, this Karen is still pretty threatening. Team Liquid said that even if they have Karen, we destroy them because we have the Doppelgangster Evolve, or even just Aya, depending on how things end up shaping up.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side for Tempo, there isn't a Maelstrom Portal or a Bloodsail Corsair yet in the hand of Team Liquid, and that's going to make this Scalebane pretty problematic.
Yeah. And another thing, too, is that, Tempo Storm actually had a pretty reasonable curve. They had Fireflies, Swashbucklers, all the way up until 7. And despite that, Shaman is able to kind of beat it because it has so much good stuff.
Yeah.
The game's not decided yet, though. I mean, we've seen some terrible evolves in our lifetimes. And then we've seen some crazy evolves.
That's true.
With, big Karens and, Boulder Fist Ogres.
To be fair, though, it's tough to go wrong with 6 drops, 5 drops, absolutely. There are a lot of train wrecks you can hit. 6 mana minions are usually pretty strong. There's the Racketeer guy, I guess, the 1/1.
Yep. Wow.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely about average, except for that Bone Drake. That is very, very good.
Yeah.
I guess the nice thing is that, well, is it really a nice thing? I was trying to think about how you can guarantee the Bone Mirror landing, but the Devolve is going to be pretty nasty.
Yeah, and if you're Tempo here, you got to be thinking about that. But can you really play around it? I don't think you can really justify a play here that's not just playing Bone Mirror. There's a world where maybe they Shadow Step. Let's go ahead and listen in to Tempo and see what they're thinking.
What kind of wrecks? I like Jade Lightning, but I don't think they've had Lightning in the left 2 cards. So I think it's okay. I definitely don't like Bone Mirroring first. Do you? Maybe because it's better against Devolve? But then we give him value trade, right? So he trades into 4/5 and then he evolves his guy. That's worse for us.
I'm just thinking about if I Shadow Step here.
No. Yeah. We're so far behind on board. I don't think we can afford to.
Yeah, Devolve's the only play, so we'll go for it.
Ooh, that's really nice. So we can Flame Tongue and...
Yeah, Flame Tongue. Do we upgrade? I think we might... Do we upgrade or do we play Mana
No, I
Tide?
think we just Mana Tide.
I think we Mana Tide, yeah.
Our board looks good enough, right?
Oh, you want... Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Mana Tide far left, I believe.
I mean, a
The patches comes out on the right.
Isn't the 6 really good, though? Or 6 drop?
That's true.
Because
yeah.
It's nice to...
I mean, they still have to deal with a 7-2, though. It's not easy to deal with a 7-2.
Yeah,
and
but we can upgrade it to a 7 drop, and then it heals, and we can trade in again, and we can upgrade it to an 8 drop next turn, right? What cards do we need? I think I like evolving it.
Would you rather have 5/2 or an extra card right now? Or 5/2, or 6 drop, or a 5/2
Sure, stop talking. Just evolve.
I think
I evolve it. Just evolve it. Yeah, I think it's good. Easy. Yeah, that's worth it. And next turn, it's an 8 drop, which is nuts.
I'm just thinking that I don't know if our minions matter that much because they can just assassinate them. And if we just...
Edwin? Leroy Edwin?
Leroy Edwin?
He evolved into a thing from below. He haven't played anything from below from his deck yet.
It's how we win.
But, oh my god, this Edwin is only 6/6.
I think you just Leroy and then kill the Flame Tongue totem, leave up the dragon, right? And then we need to go Swashbuckler into something. No, wait. What?
What?
No, we don't play. Okay. I didn't want to play Edwin because we need like swash into a board clear into like another swash card into Shadow Steps, right? To win.
If we don't kill this guy, it's 6 mana.
We need the thickest Edwin next turn, and then like have Valspine to clear one big threat after the other, and just push the damage with Edwin. The 6/6 Edwin means we never win because you just gave him a trade with the dragon, right?
The choice
Nine mana, right?
No. Just, I think it's just Aya evolved to
Yeah, it's just Aya. Yeah, it's just Aya.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
There's no 3-drop that hurts us.
No. Just play around Doomsayer is the only thing.
Yeah, I would never evolve the 1/1 for sure.
I thought you want me to play it, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Kalseth, Hero Power 1/1. Still look for the Swashbuckler next turn.
So many options.
Unless you think it's like Kalseth, Valspine, Shadow Step, Valspine. Next turn.
We don't have combo. If we get Valspine, we need to get Barnes the Valspine, and then Shadow Step the Valspine.
Yeah, I guess playing the Kalseth does nothing here most of the time. Okay, we just dagger 1/1 and wait then.
Yes.
Things are looking pretty bad, and it's not exactly sounding very good either. Just saying, trying to communicate an idea, but he's not saying everything he's thinking clearly, and then kind of breakdown there. Eloise thought saying meant play it Van Cleef and didn't. And I don't know how much that matters, but it could be a symptom of the problem.
Yeah, you're right. I know exactly how much it matters. Not at all. I mean, that particular play. Yeah, I mean, the game's already lost at this point. I do want to say, like, most of the disagreements that have happened on plays so far, Tempo's kind of like talked through and then kind of settled on a play. That was definitely a scenario where it could have punished them, but luckily it's in a game where the result's pretty much decided. So if you're going to have a communication breakdown, this is the kind of game you want it to happen in. But yeah, rough games. Shaman had a pretty solid draw here. There's a lot of powerful effects in the Shaman deck that are really tough for Rogue to interact with. So like Doppelgangster Evolve, it's really tough for Rogue to deal with multiple big minions, right? You can Vilespine one of them, but to deal with multiple is just very, very hard. To have like an Aya, really hard to interact with, right? Thrall on curve, buffing 3 minions, that's the biggest one, right? That's just super good. So yeah, just not really a game with crazy Kel'Seth draw like last one, no backstab or anything like that. And yeah, we definitely see why a lot of people pick Shaman to counter Rogue.
Yeah, Templestorm's dead on board. The Kel'Seth was a hold because Eloise accounted for the Vilespine top deck, but not enough mana to do everything. Even if she removed 9 power on board, there's 7 and 7 life remaining. Fino gets the win, and that means Team Liquid is 1 game away from repeating a 6-2 score that we saw in the first series.
Yep. Going pretty well for them. They're playing well, getting the right draws. They built good decks. I mean, I really like the list that they're bringing today. And yeah, props to Team Liquid, really stepping it up and performing.
Yeah, that's right. So Team Liquid, all they have to do is win 1 game, and they not only get a big win for their standings, but also put a big score of 6-2 and separate the gap. Templestorm has 1 game left, and then if they lose, they are the only winless team in Trinity Series. Our food just got here, so we are going to take a break. When we come back, more Trinity Series Season 2 action.
You guys seeing this?
Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Trinity Series. That lunch was brought to you by Intel. We are properly satiated as we get ready for game number 8 here, or number 9 rather. Can Tempo Storm, excuse me, come back in this series and win 4 in a row against Team Liquid, or will Team Liquid close it out by a score of 6-2? Raynette, how you doing?
Good, man. I'm good. I got a nice low sodium diet going on, and excited to see the rest of the series. See if Tempo can bring it back. I think they're on, what's the last class round? Shaman? Well, we've seen Shaman make some good runs.
Yeah, Shaman can definitely at least win a couple games in a row here. And if I'm Tempo Storm, that's what I'm thinking. I'm keeping it positive to say if I win 1 or 2 games, I'll cut my losses and just say that we kind of made a mistake in one point in the series. Going down 6-2, though, is quite the morale blow.
Well, not the best hand for Team Liquid yet, but we'll see it post-Mulligan. This matchup's really all about, getting that early game board control. There's a couple powerful swing cards, such as Devolve plus Maelstrom Portal, but really Jade Claw is like the #1 card you want. That's really the high-impact opening that you want to see.
Is Thrall-Dusty ever a card that you want to keep in the mirror?
It's a good question. To be honest, I haven't played enough of the mirror to be comfortable saying that, but I suppose we'll see how Tempo feels about it. I think what you want to do is ensure that you have the control of the board. So yeah, I would have mulled just like this. Keep the Primal Fin, look for early game stuff.
Yeah, well, time to look up the data and see if that's true or not.
Well, not a good hand for Team Liquid yet, but it's not going to take a whole lot more than just a single Jade Claw to dig them out of it. So we'll see how their hand develops from here. That Thrall that they mulled away coming back to the hand. And your Tempo here, yeah, Coin Primal Fin makes a lot of sense. The sooner you get that out there, the sooner it starts doing work. It's pretty safe to play that into a Jade Claw. They would Jade Claw the 1/1 if they had it. This is really the draw that kind of decides it here for Liquid. If they come back and do get that Jade Claw, they're in a great position. So they picked up a Lightning, not the right Jade card. Portal could do some work if they wanted to try contesting the Primal Fin, but I think they're making the right call here. Just being patient.
Yeah, but we've seen Shaman mirrors where one player is able to, no matter how patient they are, if they're not able to climb back onto the board, that could just be lights out. It happened even as recently as last weekend, where Pavel versus Orange, Game 5. It was an epic series back and forth.
Yeah.
Game 5, Pavel just drew nothing but dust, and Orange just had stuff. He didn't even have anything good. It was just like Primal Fin Totems and Fireflies. And
Pavel has like double Bloodlust, double Flame Tongue.
Yeah.
That was brutal. I remember that. Well, those games happen. It is a card game. That is why we play best of 11s. Tempo Storm going to go ahead and hit a Healing Totem. Very heads-up play. A lot of people would automatically go face there. But the 1 damage doesn't matter nearly as much as playing around a Flame Tongue Totem in this scenario, which Team Liquid actually has. Let's go ahead and listen into Team Liquid and see if they're impressed with that 1 damage attack.
Nothing else.
It telegraphs though, so they're gonna evolve if they have it.
Yeah, but they're gonna get a couple of players.
The groups are like they still die to like spell totem, right? So I wouldn't be so scared of that.
Pure power, spell power. No.
Yeah, we kill the same time. Doesn't look like he has Devo Portal, maybe just not Portal.
Yeah. I mean, I think this one's going face, right? Like, what is the punish Maelstrom second Flame Tongue?
that doesn't really punish us.
What do you think about hitting anyway, then?
I don't want to hit.
You want to hit face?
Yeah. Because last turn we punished by Corsair Flame Tongue so much. But this turn, not really.
And he doesn't have it that turn. Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Are you boys ready?
I'm
For
ready.
the biggest high roll?
Do I have what it takes?
Are you a pro player?
I guess we'll find out.
Woo! Easy. Easy clap. Easy.
And now flame him.
Oh, that's good.
That's so disgusting. Oh my god.
What to say?
We can bounce into Blood Fufu.
Yeah.
And we have Devolve. Can always Devolve Portal.
Ellie giggle.
Thing, yep.
Yeah, totem thing.
Wait. Where do I play it? Far
left.
Far left, right?
Far left and think far right?
Yep.
No, far left and then thing right next to the Mana Tide. To the right of the Mana Tide.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
better.
Yeah. You're right.
All right, Team Liquid pulling firmly ahead. The skillful males from Portal play. Flame Tongue Totem gets picked up. Now let's tempo not be quite dead here.
Well, Prince Tal'Daram has some really interesting implications with Flame Tongue Totem. Or even Manatide Totem.
Yeah, it is a...
I mean, Tal'Daram is supposed to replace Manatide Totem, so why not just get a 3-attack version of it?
That's true. Yeah, I would like to see a Flame Tongue copy. That way they can't just trade. I suppose they're not going to have minions that attack, and you've already seen one Flame Tongue. Yeah, copying Manatide is just better here.
It's literally just strictly better Manatide in this situation.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting to the key turns of the game with very swingy cards.
Yeah.
The Evolves, the the Thralls, Aya. When you're behind on board and your opponent plays an Aya, usually it's not possible to come back from those games. But we'll see if Tempo Storm's Evolve Doppelgangster combo, or maybe that Devolve come into play and kind of help them swing it back.
Yeah, and it's also on both sides too. Liquid had removal for this. Obviously, the Flame Tongue and Manatide way too threatening just to play Aya into it.
All right.
And, well, after Team Liquid spends their 2 mana, let's see what the Doppelgangster Evolves got in store.
Yeah, that's true. They have to spend a turn doing this, and that's going to give Tempo initiative back. It's actually a huge deal because Team Liquid doesn't have the Evolve yet to kind of counter-swing. They have Bone Mare, but that's not always enough against Doppelgangster Evolve.
Right. And then Tempo Storm even has Devolve against Bone Mare, which is to soften the blow.
It's true. I believe they still have patches in the deck. They're not going to play that because they want to play the Firefly, use all their mana. Let's go ahead and listen to Tempo and see what they're thinking.
Oh, Portal?
Evolve Portal, I agree. No. So,
I guess we just... Yes.
Boys.
The turn button is green. They're open.
Tempo, Storm level, Evolve. Do we die?
No, but we have to like...
Just do it.
Just do it.
So let's see. I think we want to keep around the healing totem.
Mm-hmm. So I throw the 4 into H here?
Yeah, 4 and 3 in there. And then trade in everything else except for the Manatide, trade that into the 2-1. So yeah, just trade everything except for the Manatide and the healing totem, right?
I trade the Manatide into the 2-1.
Yeah, exactly. And then everything else just trade except for the healing.
Yeah.
You should... Do you want a taunt totem now? You get a higher chance at taunt totem if you roll now, if we're playing a totem.
I think I want a totem.
Yeah, I think you want the totem as well. So totem now. And then just trade in everything. Ah, it sucks. That's...
Interesting. Do you think it's worth lightning the Mana Tide still here? Go lightning, thing from below, hero power.
They probably have everything by now. So if they have second flame tongue, we should J lightning. If they have double gangster evil, we maybe think from below DK is better.
What is it?
Think from below DK.
Thing from below DK into an 8-drop. I think we still have to go wide for a turn at least.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
But
Yeah. I like Bone Mare.
Yeah. Me too.
I like Bone Mare on the thing, and then we play the patches and just trade on the healing totem, because it'll be enough to live. Is that true or not?
you mean Bomber the healing totem, right?
Yeah. Actually, why don't we just go with Jade Lightning Maelstrom Hero Power? Is that better? Because then we don't waste the patches, and we can Bone Mare patches next turn anyways, and we don't really like... Because the healing totem goes to 6 health, and we leave a 1/1 on board, so you can clear it with just like a Maelstrom. But
Yeah,
I guess we get the Bone Mare up, so that's like kind of relevant, and we have a lot of clunky stuff, and we got to keep the Jade Lightning as well. So it's just, I don't know, either are fine to me.
I think I like Bone Mare here.
Okay, Bomber the healing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the healing. That's fine. Yeah. It goes to 2 at the very end of everything, yeah, if you trade off everything else.
And I just kill their totem. Seems good.
Aya gets picked up by tempo, but is it enough
Hard to
come
say.
up against this? Yeah, it's
because the Jades aren't that big. It's 2/2, but Aya is still very good value. I mean, if it's Aya and then Doppelgangster next turn, that's Tempestorm's ticket back in the game. But that still requires a lot of... well, first you have to draw that, and second, it has to require Team Liquid not to have powerful plays themselves, which is not the case.
That's true. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just that turn 4 play that's really decided the entire pace of this game, right? 75% of the time, it's not the spell power totem. I think Tempo runs away with the game based on that thrall. But then it was spell power, so we have had some back and forth. At this point, though, Team Liquid has initiative. They have card advantage. They have more late game threats than Tempo. And they have more good draws in their deck because any, like Evolved, for example, is just insane for them, whereas Tempo is pretty much only looking for the Doppelgangster. So in this kind of scenario, you definitely have to heavily favor Team Liquid from here on out.
Well, that is an understated 6-mana minion for Team Liquid.
That is true.
So things aren't completely over. Team Liquid finds a very cheap thing from below. That is going to be a big swing on the board.
That's true. Have we seen a Barnes get played by Tempo already?
Yes.
We have.
They got the Bloodsail Corsair.
That's right. Well, second Jade Lightning wouldn't be the worst either.
Yeah, at this point, the Jades are starting to kind of be somewhat relevant here for Tempostorm at like 3/3 and above. Because then the Thrall and the Evolves are being very powerful.
I mean, honestly, even just like a Jade Claw would be reasonable. You can play that on your Thrall turn.
True that. Have they played a single pirate yet? I'm getting patches here for Tempostorm. Or not patches, but Bloodsail Corsair with patches. Could also be 2 minions that they could get for Evolve.
That's true. That would be at the cost of a hero power, but could be decent. Look, we're going to take their time, make sure the positioning on Thing from Below is just right, make sure they actually want to play it. And Jade Lightning does get picked up. And that is pretty strong. I think we're going to have to see the Thrall here.
That's still solid. You get a 5 and a 6-mana minion.
Right, but your opponent has the equivalent of that in play, basically.
Oh, well, you're going to remove one of them through the Jade Lightning. So...
well, no, the Aya plus the 2/2 plus like a couple things. Let's go ahead and listen into Tempostorm and see what they're thinking.
Wow. Good job, Sam.
Thanks.
2-2 at least.
Do we even flame tongue?
I mean, I want to do it just to go face to end this game, but I don't know.
Yeah. Why don't we just kill off the 2-2? We go Flame Tongue, trade the 1-1 into the 4-3, trade the 0-2 Totem into the 2-2, and then Jade Lightning the 8-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems fine.
And then we can just Totem and play the Corsair.
Never lose this way, right?
We never lose this way, yeah, exactly.
So just Totem and play the guy?
Totem, yeah, play Corsair on the, I don't know, it doesn't matter. On the Totem somewhere.
Oh. Poor Sam.
3-drop?
Poor Ray Ray.
Cold Ray.
Interesting.
I'm gonna play Doppel here.
Yeah, go for it.
I can trade the 3-2 and the 1-1, right?
Don't play Doppel here. Yeah, just trade those in. Don't play Doppel. We can lose to spell power. Oh, he can't have spell power. No, you can play it. Never mind.
He can get spell power if
she can get Baron Theater. She can get Baron Theater, I think.
Yeah, and you can also get Abomination. So just go face. Just trade, go face, play Primal Fin, and then Totem. And then
trade with a 5-3, right?
Yeah. Just do it. Doesn't matter.
Alright, seems good, boys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
Right. We really needed to win.
Yeah, right.
Team Liquid wraps it up for week 3, and we are going to see a dominant performance out of them as they take 6-2 score over Tempo Storm. That is a very convincing win. Both series today went 6-2, even though we ended on time. There were some long games, some fatigue games. After it's all been said and done, all they needed was N'Zoth Control Warrior and a couple of Shaman games to close it out.
Yeah, and that spell power totem, pretty strong. But yeah, very well played by Liquid, honestly. Very strong, consistent lines from them the whole way through. I didn't see like any major errors at all. They always knew their plan for winning. And yeah, just super well executed. Congrats to them. Tempo's going to have to maybe revisit some of the like the lineup that they brought, I think. You know, maybe some of the communication issues. They didn't have Trump this week, which definitely might have played into, I guess, like the way the communication worked in the turns as well. So, yeah, we'll see how the rest of the weeks go. And that was a good set. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I think Team Liquid also gained a lot by not having to reveal. I think this also applies to Team Complexity as well. Team Complexity, they kind of put their strategies out there, but Team Liquid is also capable of throwing some curveballs once in a while. We know Dog loves to experiment. Show is definitely fond of those control and fatigue decks, so if there's a time to bust them out, it's usually him the one that does it. And then Fino also innovates a lot in his own way. Like, you know, he was the one when Knights of the Frozen Throne, everyone was talking about Jade Druid and Aggro Shaman. He was pushing like this mid-range token Druid for a while that people weren't playing with, like the bolster bear. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, the scavenger something.
Yeah. So the 4-mana 2/3. So you know, it's interesting to see them kind of come together and see if they can piece together like a cohesive strategy. And people always think like, well, Team Liquid no longer has Nerea, and they finished top 4 last season. This year they have Fino instead, and it seems like he's doing pretty good. So let's go ahead and see who from Team Liquid is joining us for an interview. I believe it is.
Hello,
Fino.
guys. It's me. Hi.
How you doing? How's working with Team Liquid so far? You guys seem to be clicking pretty well.
Oh yeah, I've been working with Show for like a long time. We've practiced for like other tournaments together. With Tog it's the first time, but like Tog is just an amazing player. It's really nice to work with him.
Nice. You know, going into week 3, was there any kind of preparations you made specifically for Tempo Storm, or was it just revisiting overall strategy?
I think I like revisited the last games they played. I like made sure to like know what like decks they played in their deck and everything. I knew that they were gonna like self-ban mage and stuff like that. But yeah, nothing too important. I just also made sure that we have a good warrior deck, because last week we got really punished because I never really thought about that deck, and it really punished us last week.
Yeah, well, it seemed to work out pretty well. You know, the Warrior games end up dominating all the way through. Did you expect Warrior to perform that well today?
I honestly didn't, because I thought that people would find it out that and just like get some greedy deck, like, I don't know, Tempo Mage or something like that, to be able to deal with it. But yeah, it's like, if it can like get some wins, it's actually a very good deck. That's what happened to us last week, basically. We didn't have a very good counter for it, and we just got rolled by it.
Well, yeah, it was funny because, you know, theoretically they had a lot of counters, but just kept losing. Do you have any questions for Vino right now?
What made you guys want to bring Hunter?
So I think we brought a very bad mage deck, and at the end we thought that they might not self-ban their mage, and just self-ban their Hunter, like as every other team did. So we thought having Hunter is like, I think for me it's probably the best counter to mage. So yeah, and it's like, I don't think it's that bad overall. And our mage list wasn't that good, so that's basically why.
Makes sense.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It was Fino making the text-to-speech donation about trash talking hunters. There you go.
Hunter fan.
Yeah. Oh, that's his alternate ID. Well, congratulations, Fino. Congratulations, Team Liquid, for Week 3. All right. Well, we've had a lot of fun, but we are done with Week 3. It's in the books, and it's kind of cool to see so much has happened, even though it feels like we just got started. Here's a look at the standings real quick to wrap up the week.
Yeah, it looks like we got Complexity and Team Liquid in the lead, G2 Virtus Pro right behind, and then Misfits, Planet Odd, Love You Lots, and Tempo right at the bottom of the standings. Those teams are going to have to really step it up in order to kind of climb back, probably with some big margin wins. How many weeks do we have left, Dan?
We have 4 weeks left. So, you know, if Tempo Storm just wins 4 in a row, or if Complexity loses 4 in a row, all their spots could be in jeopardy, or they could move up in the standings. And that's exactly what happened last season, I believe. Virtus Pro made quite the chart. They were in second to last place with Alliance, and then they won every series, and then they made the top LAN finals, and they got 3rd. So they went from 7 to 3rd in like 3 weeks.
The Mario Kart strategy, I like it.
Yeah, the blue shell. The finals will be live in December 8th to 10th here in the Intel Esports Arena. Speaking of Intel, big shout out to them, ESL and Twitch, for help bringing Trinity Series together for Season 2. It's been very fun, and Reynad is also our special guest this week. Thanks for joining us. Any final words to sign off?
I think I picked the right T-shirt today, and some fun games to watch, some fun games to cast, and yeah. It was good being here. Haven't done any casting in a while, but definitely enjoyed it. So
I think it's great.
Thanks for walking me through it and helping me improve. And yeah, hopefully I'll be on sometime in the future.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure from us here from the Intel Esports Arena. Thanks for everyone who's joined us. We'll see you back next week for more Trinity Series Season 2 action.